my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
What's some epic music?
What is?
I said that's some epic music.
Ah.
Epic gamer tunes, you know.
I went through the royalty-free music that I've used for the other D&Ds to like catch up on the stuff they put out for like the last 3 years, so I've got a bunch of the new tracks that I stuck in.
Heck yeah.
Are they like they're good?
Yes. Yeah, it's the same music I've been using for like Saltmarsh Productions, and I've never gotten flagged for it.
Okay.
It's literally called Royalty Free Zone. The whole point is it's supposed to be royalty free music. Unless they're stealing from other people that I'm not aware of, which is like the only other way it would happen.
My YouTube on my desktop is being absolutely stupid. I'm trying to get into my account, double check all of the stuff that's connected for the Twitch, and it's demanding that I set up a passkey. And I cannot set up passkey on my computer, but when I go to my phone, it doesn't exist. Anyway.
Unrelated to anything, but if people have a minute before we actually start streaming, y'all should go say hi to Hustler because it's his birthday.
Happy birthday!
Done.
Yeah.
Sold. Give me
Yeah.
a minute.
Also, everybody in Lucy's chat, go say hi to Hustler. It's his birthday.
Tell him happy birth.
He says thanks. And then was like, oh, you can't hear. Duh.
Yep. I'm not a verified badge holder. Leave me alone, YouTube. Let me look at my videos. What on earth is happening, YouTube Studio? No. Guys, YouTube is being a stinky butt. It's fine. I'll deal with it later. A stinky butt.
Not a stinky butt.
I'm trying to make sure that everything's connected so that I can do the upload later. And it's like, no, you need to create 77,000 factor authentication with YouTube because you're a badge holder, content creator. I'm like, no, stop, leave me alone. Anyways, thank you for the resub, Drook. 39 months in a row. Alright, let's see, what did we miss while I was yelling at the internet? Claris got first. GG's. Smooth tried to
Woo!
steal it. Didn't work.
Oh. I gotta-
D20. Oh, the ad break stuff is still going, isn't it?
Oh no, I did exclamation mark 20. I didn't even do it right. 13, that checks out. Very 13 today.
There's blues. Okay, 17. Okay. D20 for Druk is 13.
Oh shit, Smooth.
Ah,
Well, there you
GG's.
That's a bad omen, right?
No, that's a good thing. Lucy rolled a
Sorry.
D20 and got a 9. What does a Nodi again know? Oh my gosh.
Luna's rolling better than me today.
I can't, I just did what Druk just did. Oh my gosh. Cool. On par. That seems accurate. Oh, goodness.
You're worried about your dad? And
Yeah.
Being away from your dad?
It took me a minute to realize you meant, Carlin, not Papa Lucier. I was like, why am I worried about my dad? See, this is what happens when you have a work nap, after work nap. You forget everything.
Your brain goes to goo.
I'm sure Claris can vibe with the icky, weird sleep schedule stuff.
My sleep schedule has been great this week,
Yeah?
thanks.
That's so good for you.
I have
Yeah,
been
that
going
is
to
it.
bed at 1 a.m. every single night, and I wake up at 9:30 every morning. It's love.
Dying. Beautiful.
Alrighty, let's switch over to here.
I would love to be more autistic about the sleep schedule.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Claris, I found a TikTok with a shirt and I was so tempted to buy it, and I need to tell you about it now that you've brought this up. It said, and I
Okay.
quote, "I wish my dad gave me more nepo to this tism."
Damn.
That, yeah.
I've spent like all week laughing about it.
Fuck. Like, same.
Oh, goodness. Lena, GG's on your nat 20 as well. Smooth also got one. So that's pretty sick.
Woo!
All right. I don't want to
Got
do
the wiggles and
recap.
the shake out.
I don't want to do the recap.
Who,
I
who
can't.
remembers what happened last week? Not Smooth, because.
I have. We have the
Can I-
lovely new
can
D&D note stuff. Who wants to read from them?
I did it last week. It's somebody else's turn now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Claris or me?
It's fine. I
Claris?
got this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, don't give him DM inspo.
No, we can't have Druk do it.
No. It's illegal. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna turn off push to talk for a second because if I have to hold this button for the entire recap, I'm gonna be sad. Okay. Episode 4 last week was Towers Ahead. What Towers Ahead? Evening comes and people gather for the meeting. Guards set up a large table, bring in snacks and chairs. Instead of the expected 7, there are 10. The first to arrive is Dame Nessa. Why is their tabs being loud? Tabs, be quiet. Dame Nessa, she's captain of the guard. She's trying to be very, very business and make an excellent impression. Boris tries to sit in a chair at the table with his hooves up on the table like a cat. Jingle gets an entire tray of tiny sandwiches for him. As she approaches, Enodia notices someone is trying to covertly watch her and casts disguise self to look exactly like him, but with a big nose. The watcher goes beet red and walks around the corner to get away from her. She enters the guild with the disguise, and Dame Nessa recognizes her as Councilman Ned Shakeshaft. Enodia doesn't say a word, just sits down in the offered chair. Anders comes in, chatting with Igor. Igor notices the illusion instantly, so Nodia explains, then drops the disguise. Nessa wants to drop her tray and probably drop kick Enodia too. She's super unimpressed, but Igor is amused and invites her to his shop. Finally, Ned comes in looking a bit sheepish. He goes to his chair, and it is obvious that Nessa is scolding him. Upon verifying that Quinn will not be in attendance, Flurry makes their way down from the second floor. They make faces at Enodia until she comes over, and then mention they need to talk afterwards. Not in the Grove, but outside of town. The meeting begins, and Anders begins to introduce the others, beginning with Ned as the councilman for threats and mysticism. He is apparently really good at interrogating people. Merchant Igor is from Icewind Dale and comes from the Sword Coast. Enodia and Lena clock this as a long way off, but Flurry recognizes that Icewind Dale and surviving and coming to Saltmarsh make Igor a dangerous man. Dame Nessa is, of course, the captain of the guard, and Anders himself has been a council member for a long, long while. It's not clear what he's the council member of, but you know. Enodia gives the group information on the ancient mage's tower of Xenopus. I'm going with that. And the council members encourage the group to go explore it, although it's clear they don't understand the full significance. The significance is that Xenopa was a magical researcher who may have had knowledge or artifacts from the Nethrali, an extremely powerful magocracy who at one time decided to fight the gods. They didn't win, but they didn't fully lose either, and mutual destruction was had for all involved. And any lost knowledge or artifacts would be extremely powerful. After the meeting, Igor engages Enodia in conversation, asking about her magic pen and telling her about one that he had. Flurry slips out after Ned and confirms their suspicion. He knows exactly who they are under the mask. He's a coward, though, and won't tell anyone about their shared history, especially knowing what Flurry is capable of. Afterwards, Flurry leaves him and goes to wait for Enodia. They then lead Enodia across the Sharkfin Bridge to a place in private outside of town before demanding to know what they know about the Trickster Prince. A little note here is that Enodia reacts to the Sharkfin Bridge and is super definitely Fae.
I mean, I don't know why you would just think that. Nothing's ever said anything.
Yeah, clearly not Fae. Totally normal. Sure.
Yeah.
Why did
Totally
you
not
react to the Sharkfin Bridge?
I don't know. Seems like a personal
demanding to know what they...
problem.
You know, allergies. It's that time of the
Allergies.
year.
Allergies. It's that time
Sure,
of the
I
year.
just had to carry you across a bridge.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
They demand to know what Enodia knows about the Trickster Prince and what they think about the Trickster Prince. Flurry informs Enodia that his first name is Kier and that he is incredibly manipulative. But since Enodia is Fae, he will likely leave her alive. They argue a bit. Enodia is certain she's not at all Fae. She's a gnome. Her father doesn't talk about her mother because it's too painful. There's nothing else to know about that. Flurry insists that she is and suggests asking Sir Eric why she would have a reaction to setting foot on the Sharkfin Bridge. But it's clear Enodia isn't buying it. After that, Enodia makes her way back to the Grove for the night, and while bedding down, Flurry realizes that the Owlin wizard Kelladek knows about the Tower of Xenopa and decides to go ask him about it. Kelladek doesn't recognize them right away, but realizes they're a favored guest and lets them in. When they mention the tower, Kelladek first thinks they're there to work for them by escorting the wizard to the tower. When Flurry mentions that they had planned to go with a group of other, Kelladek gets paranoid and thinks they're trying to steal from him. He says that Flurry should try to mislead them or let them die or something, then return to escort him to the tower afterwards. Asking for advice on how to survive so they can return, Kelladek produces a brooch for them and says When they first go in, there will be a loud voice telling them to leave, but not to be scared. It's just an illusion. If they continue, everyone will be struck by lightning, except for Flurry if they're wearing the brooch. Flurry thanks them and gives them a handful of gold coins before taking their leave. Afterwards, they trek across town to Igor's Emporium. Igor has already gone to bed, but wakes up, examines the brooch, and thinks that it's costume jewelry. There is no magical signature about it, just some sort of green gem and some down body feathers. The next morning, everyone meets at the guild. Flurry cooks breakfast for Jingle and Boris and Lena. And then they offer Enodia some, but Enodia claims not to be hungry, so they give it to Jingle instead. They pack up and head out with Lena, Jackson, and Enodia taking the bridge near the Grove, while Flurry, Jingle, and Boris take a boat. They meet up outside of town. Lena adds Jackson to her plans, and Enodia adds everyone to her maps. We spend the day traveling, and towards the end of the day find a place to camp for the night. Upon request, Flurry goes and gathers firewood for the camp. Enodia sets up her pocket camp and starts making dinner. While waiting for dinner, Lena asks Jingle about how she knows Boris. Jingle replies that Boris the Third is her second friend, and that Boris the Second is Boris the Third's father was her first friend. I don't know if I said that correctly. They go way back. Jingle was there when Boris the Third was born. Lena comments that that's rather sweet, actually, but Jingle corrects them that it was actually quite gross. Boris came out all covered in blood and guts, and then his father tried to eat him. Jingle goes and asks Flurry how they're so good at cooking, unlike some other people they know, and Flurry replies that their teacher always said the most important ingredient was love, so that must be it. Jingle says that's what the famous Saltmarsh cook always used to say, and they talk about getting Lena a cooking teacher before Jingle happily jingles away. Flurry turns to Boris and comments that there is not a single thought in Jingle's brain, is there? Boris shakes his tail contentedly and grunts. Afterwards, Boris goes and rummages through Enodia's bag before seeing the dinner pot full of rehydrating travel rations. He steals Enodia's dinner pot and runs off with it in his mouth. Enodia goes to talk to Lena to see if they have another pot, but she doesn't. Meanwhile, Jingle sees the brick of travel rations and says that's gross and tells Boris to throw it away. Enodia retrieves the pot and restarts dinner, guarding it a bit more fiercely to avoid more wastage. Jingle and Boris are both upset that dinner is late. Once dinner is served, Enodia takes a bowl and goes to her tent. Lena goes to check on Enodia and is bewildered by the sight of Enodia pouring food into her book, commenting about Gutenberg loving the stuff and the Sphinx that loves puzzle books and stuff. Flurry feeds their food to Jingle and then climbs a tree for the night. That is all I got.
Excellent.
Yay!
Yeah. Meeting, travel,
Huzzah.
resting.
Seems
It's
like
all
all of
there.
the things.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this for now. Excellent. Have your session inspirations, one and all. Claris, you have 2 for the day, so don't be afraid to use them.
I'll do my best.
We had a fairly low intensity, I think, a fairly low intensity session last time. It was mostly talking and travel. You are now 1 day's walk away from Saltmarsh, arriving at your destination tomorrow. It's fairly civilized as you're moving northward out of Saltmarsh, away from the Dreadwoods. The danger level seems to decrease the farther you get out, but there could be brigands or bandits or errant monsters around. It's just how things move across in the wilds. Basically, you're in the countryside of this nation. So while there's one sort of salt marsh patrol that you passed, it was kind of a lazy like checkpoint of sorts. But there's passing merchants that travel on here relatively safely from time to time. Seaton is in the vicinity as well, so it's not a completely wilderness road that you need to be worried about your safety at all times. But just as this world is a little more dangerous than ours, you just have to keep your wits about you. You are presently in camp, having your long rest, and I'm gonna steal somebody for a minute.
Ho ho. What does that mean? I have to entertain people myself? Oh, it's me. Never mind.
Anodia.
Did we lose everybody else? Are you actually stealing me?
No. We're all in the same room.
Okay, I'm just checking.
We're doing a dream thing for a second.
Oh, okay. What a perfect timing. I just woke up from a nap.
Yeah. Inspiration is already there.
Huh.
Enodia, the night comes to you. I'm going to ask a question.
Okay.
What is more on Enodia's mind right now? Is it the day's events, the past that has come forward? Because it's been a stressful couple of days now. Being relieved from your order, being attacked in the forest, your father succumbing to a mental break through the events of the Dreadwoods, or is it something? Are you looking more forward? The opportunity and the mysteries that you have, the tower that's before you, and finally being able to act on the secrets and knowledge that you have in your book. Is the opportunity weighing more than the day's events? Where is the inspiration of Enodia's dreamscape?
I'm pretty sure she would be in a pit of self-blame because she knows that none of this wouldn't have happened if she hadn't pushed her father to bring her with him. Because they took that specific path because it was supposed to be safer. Not necessarily fully safe, because nothing in the Dreadwoods ever is, but definitely it was supposed to be safer. So she's probably, like, thinking about all of the stuff that she did wrong.
Replaying like a memory.
Worried about her father, worried about the fact that she doesn't have a job anymore. Her quote-unquote life's purpose, the only thing she's ever done, is gone because of the one choice that she made to push her father to do something that he wasn't comfortable with, which was bringing her into the Dreadwoods.
Kind of replay that moment. You find yourself in the forest, treading carefully through, the excitement sort of bubbling up of your first mission, being able to put your name on the paperwork finally, as somebody who's completed a job rather than the one that takes and issues them. You see the bright-eyed soldiers that are with you. They're relaxed and confident. A team that goes out regularly, Carlin at their side. It's just another day at work, another day in the woods. Why would anything different or anything special happen? It's a pretty common patrol through a lightly, mostly protected area. It's more of a walk in the park for these guys, not a deep patrol or dangerous mission, just a Tuesday patrol.
Yeah. It's like almost as if when she entered the forest reacted to her being there.
Lycanthropes that close to camp, recognizing them, the altercations and chase that pursued after that, it almost immediately went off the script, went off books. Became more than it was supposed to be.
A slaughter.
You're looking around, identifying moments that maybe if I took a right turn here, or if I stopped them before we pursued, maybe if I spoke up at that time. You're kind of trying to analyze where it all went wrong and what you could do. And in that moment, you start to see something else in the forest.
What do I see?
A gray figure with a single glowing green eye.
Ooh. Okay.
You see gray and stripes, and you focus for a moment, and then there's a shift movement between the trees and the reeds, like something is interacting in your dream. You feel a sudden rush behind you, and when you go to look over your shoulder, there's a hand on your shoulder that kind of grips you, and you feel the pinprick of claws.
Okay.
A voice that's unfamiliar in this space. Speaks to you. You hear, okay, bitch, who the fuck are you? You spin around and you see a tabaxi, one eye closed with a big glowing green eye. You feel a physical touch to your body, like something's in the dream with you, but this person feels real, like they're standing beside you.
Wait, is this Quinn's brother?
No.
Okay, just checking. Tabaxi with green eyes.
It's only one. She's got her other eye closed.
Oh, she? Oh, okay,
Mhm.
so it's just Quinn.
It's just Quinn.
It's just Quinn.
It spins you around. You recognize some of the garb, and you hear them like look over to like the middle distance beside you. Be like, I'll swear at her if I want to. Hey, pay attention. Who are you? And she's like
Oh.
shaking you at this point now.
Sorry, I didn't expect to see anybody here. My name is Enodia. Who are you?
Okay, well, I'm Quinn. I'm leader of the Druids, and we have a Class 2 breach. Who are you?
Oh, Quinn. Yes. Oh, my father is there in your grove right now.
Who are you? And she's just shaking
I
you.
said I was
you're not
Enodia.
answering.
I said I was Enodia. My name is Enodia. My
Yeah, but
dad is
you're-
in your grove right now. I'm out.
Okay.
Right. I'm not in Salt. I'm far from Saltmarsh. I'm like a day away already.
All right, listen. You
Yes.
come out of the woods. You do whatever you did with the, okay. All right, hang on.
Okay.
I go away for 2 days.
Yes.
The evening that I leave, you break out of my woods, you ask my grove for help, you disappear back into the woods, and now you're gone again, and there's a Class 2 breach.
I have no idea what any of these words mean in the order that you're speaking them.
She's
I
kind of
went
stomping
into-
around.
Wait.
She's waving her hands, and you see the dreadwoods that's around you. This image that you have in your mind through your dream starts to shift and change. You see the trees look different, look healthier, as she's kind of waving this image of the dreadwoods away and walking around in the grove.
I
just see
went in
wild
with my
trees
dad
that-
on a patrol. Things went bad. Things went really bad. We lost a lot of people. He got me out, but I couldn't just leave him in there. I ran to the closest place. It was Saltmarsh. I'd been there once or twice before. I think we've met once or twice. With my dad, Carlin. The guy with the face and the stuff and the people
She
who
squints
talk
at
big
you.
important things. She's panicking now. She's not yelling, but she's panicking. What's his name? The guy with the nose that was green on the council. Oh yeah. I was talking with him the other day, and then there's the other guy with the he thinks he's like super important and big and bossy, and he really likes my note taking.
But yeah, I know, but like, she's not that special. She's just a person. She you'd see she's
I'm
looking
just a
away from you,
person,
talking to
just a
someone
person.
else, but there's
Just a
no one
person.
there.
Yeah. Druk playing Quinn was not on my 2026 bingo card, by the way.
I feel like we knew this was gonna come up.
Yeah, maybe at some point.
She like looks you up and down, and you see the posture's like a little less on, like, still on edge, but a little less like Mama Bear's gonna claw your eyes out kind of posture. The claws kind of retract back, and
Oh, I know. I ran into the rock guy. What is his name? He was helping me with my father.
I know. Yes, he's here. Like here, but you not here, but just like gestures to empty space
Mm.
beside her.
I stare at her with just big blinking eyes. I was walking back through that day trying to see if there was something weird going on. How did we end up here together?
I invaded your dream, okay? Like, I wanted to talk, and we needed to figure this out because there's a baddie. All right. I don't know how you don't know what a class 2 breach is, but if you read my pamphlet, you would have understood what a class 2 breach is.
Oh,
It
I
means
don't
something
read other
big.
people's works. I Gutenberg does. He deemed it probably wasn't important. And I point to the book.
Thing that I write is important. Why would I write it down if it wasn't important?
Oh no,
We're
I
gonna
write
talk
stuff down
later.
all the time.
You need to read the stuff that you're given when you're gonna enter my grove and you're gonna do my stuff. You gotta read the rules, and you gotta know, because you don't know if you're going to the bunker or not.
I'm
She's
not
more
here for
offended
that.
that you didn't read the
Oh, yeah, of course
pamphlet
she is. It's
than
Quinn.
anything else. Like, I wrote it down.
This is like bizarro land to me. I'm gonna reach down and unclasp the Gutenberg and open it up to see if the pamphlet's in there.
This is a dream recreation of Gutenberg, so
Yeah.
sure, if you wanted to.
It's just a blank page because he didn't read it either. He hasn't transcribed it yet. Oh yeah, see, he deemed it wasn't important. Look, he hasn't even written it down yet. All I know was we came to Saltmarsh to get people to help get my dad out. We got my dad out. I lost my job. I owe people a lot of money, and I'm trying to get money back so that I can go back home. I don't know what
okay,
anything
yeah,
about
sure.
Class 2 breach. I know that we had to go back in the forest, and there was a lot of stupid stuff. And then there was Flurry, who left, and then I saw them briefly, and then there was the boar, and the boar ran into a bubble, and the bubble.
All right. That's a lot of words. All right. Listen, you got stuff going on. I get it.
Yeah.
There's something that has left the forest, and we can't find it.
I didn't think that was possible for certain creatures. I have nothing about that in my notes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a stealth creature. It's class 2. That means it doesn't want to be found, which means it's thinking, it has purpose. And you're the only thing that's come out of the woods in this area.
I mean, there was the Crimson Bride that we ran across, but she seemed to be searching for somebody, so I doubt that she would have left. And then there was the weird man that was following me and picked up my token. He was kind of weird. Not the most unattractive, but very weird.
All right, weird, gross. I didn't need to know that. Okay, so a man followed you.
Yes.
A man that could leave the woods.
I don't know. He didn't end up leaving the woods. Flurry went to intercept them, although he seemed to understand that I was watching him with my token, And then Flurry pulled me aside and was like, he's interested in you, and the last time, what was his name? Last time he was interested in somebody, it ended up being like family or whatever. I don't know. I've had a lot of people yelling at me recently. I'm not used to this. I'm used to giving the orders, not being the one following the orders. What was his name? Prince? No. Christopher? No. Oh, goodness. Gutenberg isn't really helpful in the dreamscape. He's on his own world. Kyle?
Alright, I gotta go.
I'll review this, and if you come back, I'll have the information that I had written down. Ooh, better yet, go talk to the council guy. I probably have it written in there when I did my notes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Alright. Later, she like steps away. You see like an archway in your dream open up to a swirling green. She opens her other eye and steps through. You're kind of just left there for a moment. It's shocking enough that when she steps through, you actually awake for a moment to like clear the dream.
Guys, Quinn got upgraded and it's sick as shit. That's all I can think about. That's cool as shit. Like your alter ego. Anyway.
Just cuss you out and dip.
Yeah. I mean, that's full Quinn.
You should talk to Anders. Yeah, I'm not gonna do
No, I'm
that.
not gonna do that.
I'm not gonna do that. But not 20 insight, so hell yeah, go Quinn.
She is very insightful, thank you very much. She rolled a nat 20 plus 8, so...
Yeah, yeah. She knew the things you couldn't say.
That's good, at least.
Mhm.
And Odia was full-on flabbergasted.
I really want to know how much Quinn got from that conversation.
And that 20's worth.
Yeah, but what does Drook think a nat 20 is worth?
And Odia, it's unsettling. Particularly because you have a ring that's apparently supposed to protect you from a lot of like mental interruptions.
Mhm.
And it didn't work at all.
I'm immune to mind reading.
Uh-huh. And like divination spells and shit, and some homie just like walked straight into your brain box.
Which means she had something that I've set up to pass by that or something, or maybe she's just stronger than that. But yeah, no, I'm immune to mind reading. I can't be mind
Also,
reading.
also dream is an illusion spell, so
I also can't be put to sleep, so like she couldn't have put me to sleep. I had to have already been asleep.
yeah.
I'm immune to mind reading, and I can't be put to sleep. I can't be charmed. So
Somehow all of that still worked.
yeah, freaky.
That's a scary person to be not your friend.
Quinn got upgraded, and I'm just like, yes. Gosh dang it! I made a really strong
Dream
character.
Archdruid now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird,
Circle
like
of
you're the
Dreams,
Circle of Dreams
baby.
Archdruid.
Anyway.
Alright. Waking up, do you try to go back to sleep? Or
Nah, I'm gonna go through the notes and see if there's anything worthwhile.
you look through and do you look at the pamphlet?
Yeah, I'll read the pamphlet.
Okay. It's not super complicated. It's essentially like a classification of danger and like threat levels. So something like, you know,
She didn't write this. Quinn did not write this. This was written by Rocky and claimed by her.
yeah. Well, it seems like a lot of evacuation plans or like
Okay, well maybe she
contingencies.
did because then the bunker would make
Yeah.
sense. Okay, yeah, I definitely wrote this.
Yeah, it is certainly like contingency plans, but also like how to act if a certain threat is on the
Mhm.
way to Saltmarsh. A classification 2 is a dangerous creature. with them not being able to track it, this is on in leagues of power of giants. This would be like a city level threat that has vanished. And the druids trying to track it down have not been able to find it. So that gives a level of either stealth or intent or intelligence to say that this is something that is problematic for Saltmarsh and the surroundings.
Okay. By the time I'm done reading through all of those notes and getting the name Kier that she couldn't remember and kept calling him Kyle, if I were to walk outside, is anybody awake yet? Did Claire sleep? Or sorry, did Joe... Flurry, there we go. Sleep?
Go through the Rolodex of names.
Like when your mom is like, Daniel, come... No, that's your brother's name. What's your name? I don't know.
I'd be in a tree, but if you walked outside and started making noise, I will be awake.
I'll do such. Yeah. Flurry seems to know about the forest. Everyone else is asleep. Flurry, come here.
I'll hop down from my tree. What?
My dream was just invaded by a very angry cat. It wasn't the Sphinx, though.
A cat.
Yes, she was, what was her name? Oh god, I was just, okay, she was the druid lady from the forest place that we were just at. Anyway, Quinn, there we go, Quinn. She just invaded my dream to tell me that there is a level 2 threat that has gone missing from the forest, and they can't find it.
Safe to say Flurry knows what a level 2 threat means?
I would say so. Going like knowing Quinn at the very least that contingencies and threat assessments and things are high on the list. You can only imagine what a 1 would be, but you know, it's probably really, really bad if it's just like a step under catastrophe imminently coming towards Saltmarsh.
She said that we
Right.
went in, we came out, something followed us. And that it is out and they cannot find it. She seemed rather annoyed with me. Don't know why, I didn't do anything.
Flurry would just be tense as shit the second you mentioned Quinn's name. Just to be like visibly tense as shit.
She yelled at me and she
Yeah, I bet she did.
ignored me. She called me a bitch. Valid, honestly.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I was just doing my job. I went back in for my dad. We got out. I'm in debt. We're going to get a cool artifact or two to pay that off. I have no idea. Nothing followed us on our end. You left before or after or adjacent at a different area than us, though. Did you see anything follow us out? What would even follow us out that would be considered a level 2 threat? We would have definitely seen
Also,
it.
just so you know, it left right now.
Oh, it left right now.
Just to be clear in the timeline.
Okay,
it didn't
thank you.
follow you.
Never mind. It did not
just
follow us out.
happened.
It left right now. It's yeah. Apparently, like, did it follow the same path as us?
You don't think you got any of the trajectory
Yeah,
information.
Okay.
Just that there was a threat. Something has left
Something
the
has
forest.
left the forest, and it's not good. And she got mad and left.
Yeah, of course she would be mad.
Do we go back, or do we keep going forward?
You didn't talk to Eric, did you?
I'm gonna squint. When was he again?
Sir Eric, your uncle.
Oh, I did talk to Eric. Yes. You can tell that she's just woken up, and I have no idea who anybody is right now.
What did Eric say when you asked about the shark fin bridge? You did ask about the shark fin
I sent
bridge,
him a
right?
note. I sent him a message. I haven't received one back yet. I sent it as we left. He has yet to get back to me.
Okay.
Yeah, he had already left, so I sent one on the bird, and I'm going to point over to a tree where we've been followed by a bird this entire time so that I can send daily updates.
Presumably it was the same tree that Flurry was hanging out in. Okay, so listen. You... I don't want to deal with this. So, I know that you think you're not that special. But forces who are way, way more powerful than you have decided that you are, so it's time to get with the program, okay? You're special, there's something going on. You're definitely Faye. Just trust me on that one, please, I know.
But, like, it doesn't make sense. I'm my father's daughter.
Uh-huh, and probably your mother's daughter also.
Well, yeah, that's how...
And until we know more, you should assume that that makes you special. Because everything that is powerful is saying you're special.
I just want to go back to my books.
Welcome to the real world.
What's the real word?
Flurry is just so unimpressed right now. Like, you woke them up in the middle of the night. To be like, hey, Kier left the woods. Congratulations.
I don't know. We don't know if it was Kier.
No, but Flurry thinks that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if it was Kier, it would be higher than a level 2 threat, to be fair.
Yeah, Flurry thinks that too, but also they're going to classify it as a level 2 until they know more.
So yeah, I got...
Because a level 1 would be like active imminent threat, whereas this one might not be, but could still turn into.
She seemed very stressed, and then she left and did not provide a way to contact her. She was talking to somebody. Wasn't me, though.
It's Quinn. She'll be back.
Okay. Also, I don't know how she managed to get inside of my brain, but that should not be possible.
Again, it's Quinn. Oh, we'll just say that like it explains everything. It's just Quinn doing weird Quinn shit. It's fine.
You act like you know them, but they didn't react when I said your name in the dream.
I know their reputation.
Okay. Alright, well, if we're not going back, then maybe we should get an early start. You want to wake everybody up? What time is it?
It is not time to be awake.
Okay.
You should go back to sleep. We'll continue on in the morning.
Is she gonna yell at me again if I go back to sleep?
Just tell her that you think it's Kier. And
I think
she'll probably be more stressed.
Couldn't remember the name of the guy that was following us that picked up the coin. I think I called him Kyle.
Of course you did.
You know, I'm not the best with names in the dream world, especially when Gutenberg doesn't want to participate and help.
So instead of names, what if you say evil Archfey?
Archfey. I think I can remember that.
No, wait.
I rely on her too much. Yeah.
Mention the Fae Theater too. She'll know who you mean.
Fae Theater. You know,
you can remember it because I'm wearing a theater mask.
Oh yeah, you are, aren't you? Where did you get that, by the way? And I'm just gonna like glance
That's too many questions.
Okay.
Go to sleep.
Everyone's yelling at me today, and I'm just gonna turn around and go back to bed.
I'm not yelling. I'm just like, no, we're not talking about that. You'll just remember it because I'm wearing a theater mask.
Man,
I'm trying to get you to remember
so that Quinn knows what the fuck is going on without actually having to deal with Quinn because
Yeah.
Flurry's not ready for that.
Yeah. Anyway, Anodi is going back to bed. She's flipping through Gutenberg on her way through, though, and is just like, man, why didn't you translate these notes? It's really inconvenient when people come through and ask for information that I don't have.
Big shruggies.
Big shruggies from my book. Yeah.
Flurry is not going back to sleep.
Keep a watch.
If like whoever wakes up first is just going to see Flurry basically pacing.
Do I get a long rest, or do I only get a short rest?
Yeah, everybody click that long rest button.
Woo!
Pew, 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 pew.
Even
I
Flurry,
don't
who
think you guys.
didn't go back to bed. I don't. I needed
Yeah,
to
yeah.
either way, but at least it's for the record. We did have a nap.
Yeah, I don't think
You
it
meant
matters
icky.
because we didn't do anything in between the last time we long rested, but just to make sure the character sheets are all restocked and whatever. Tis good. Alrighty. You wake up in the morning. Flurry pacing. Break down camp. And yeah. Have your little breakfast snacky and it's time to go. Unless there's any business you guys want to attend to in the AM.
Man, I can't believe I get yelled at by myself.
NPC mode.
Wonderful.
Enodia would probably take charge of cooking breakfast rations, porridge, and dried fruit. Making note, making sure everybody who wants to be on map is on map. That's an everyday thing. So it's same people,
Mhm.
yeah, who have map abilities. I will post the thing again, just so that you guys know. You guys can, so this is what I know from my map, and then where is the actual map? Oh gosh, these character sheets are gonna be the death of me. Spells? No. Inventory, features, and traits?
Well, this is enough because it's got the awareness and the positioning.
Yeah.
So you all give little map foldouts for everybody but Boris that can seem to tell you where the others' locations are. Should you be separated?
Yeah, you know where people who have map are, you get initiative, and you can see where people are and can cast spells at them. If it requires, like, being able to see them, you can still see them, even if they're hidden behind something, essentially. As long as it's within range. So, like, if somebody's in a building, and you're outside the building, but they're within range of, like, a 30 feet thing, and you're like, oh, I want to cast healing on them, but I can't see them, yes, you can.
Or just vortex warp. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna teleport you out of that basement you're in.
Honestly, pretty cool.
Rad as fuck. With a mouthful of rations, I think we're just gonna slap Jingle on Boris, who's gonna trudge forward, and you can give me either cartographers or survival if you're trying to reach your coordinates.
Me?
Sure, or whoever's leading.
I mean, I'm the one with the map.
Alright, you roll it.
Certainly isn't Flurry.
Yeah. What am I rolling again?
You can do survivals or you can do your cartographer tools with wisdom. They're probably the same number, so whichever one's easier to use,
Use
but
it.
whatever
It's-
flavor
oh.
that you want.
When I click the cartographer
Cartographer
for
tools.
tools, when I click it, it asks me what
Mhm.
ability I wanted to use: strength, dex, con, intelligence, or wisdom.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay, roll. Well, that's stupid. What's survival?
It's 11.
That's better. I only get the 1 though.
You do, unless you want to use your session reroll
I'll use my session reroll.
and not be
Might
lost.
as well. I always forget to reuse it. But yeah, survival uses wisdom, and then the cartographer. God.
Oh yeah, it is technically stronger, so it'd be a 25.
Yeah.
Instead of a 23.
Why?
Because your intelligence is higher than your wisdom.
Okay.
So yeah, you chart a course. You have approximate coordinates is kind of what you're basing it off of. Nobody's been there, but you had like a vicinity of area where you should be able to see the tower. And you start making it off in that direction. The sun sort of lazy in the sky as the second day's march begins. Flurry, give me a perception check. This is perception for seeing things, but also your unique vibe check, as it were.
Of course, I always have to do perception checks.
11. You're on edge, and you're keeping a track on the horizon. I think it makes the most sense. The horizon to the south, leading from Saltmarsh, but also from the eastern side, where any threats from the forest might come from. Waiting to feel that signature, get the chill down your spine, but there's nothing that's there. At some point, you do see something on the road approaching, which might put you in a defensive stance. But you see the familiar sort of clip-clopping of horses as just a messenger rider dashes past your troop.
There's nothing to see. I'm just on edge about it.
But nothing to
Yeah.
confirm your tenseness.
Sounds like just another Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wonderful. At the approach of the rider, I'll like duck off to the side. Whether anybody notices or not, it just like I've kind of developed this habit.
Anodia's in the front, so she probably wouldn't notice. Is obviously walking forward.
And mostly looking at maps and trying to triangulate where your progress is and updating it with all of the new intel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the rider zipping past, it is wearing like king's garb. Like just a messenger that's heading back to Seaton from Saltmarsh. It's like the best you can tell. He's not
Fair enough.
riding with any sort of urgency, but like enough speed of like, I want to get home for dinner. But
Right.
doesn't look like he's got critical information or something like that.
Yeah, Flurry doesn't care. They just don't want to be seen.
Mhm.
It's weird enough traveling with a group.
Push on. The road that you're on. Oh, you stopped to buy. Okay, that's right. That's right. There's a water feature that you're approaching. This sort of fast-moving river connects to the open sea, and then swings inwards. One fork of the river does feed into the Dreadwoods. The other continues north to Burl. This is sort of the main vein of the river, and this outlet is kind of where it curves around Saltmarsh. You have to pass this river. You can either use tools or skills to jump over it. You can try to wade through it, or spend the extra time and go around.
How bizarre.
I don't know if
this
anyone's
river-
hydrophobic, but this is what's before you today.
Is this river on my map?
It is. Just happens to be that the pace of the river is a little bit faster than you had anticipated.
Ah. Well, that's unfortunate.
Can we estimate how deep it is?
You would not be able to reach the bottom. So it's it would be more of a problem for like Jackson and Boris to get through, Jingle to get through. Lena being super fucking tall, it would reach about like the midsection, so you'd be able to stand, but you do know the current is harsh. So it's probably about like 4 feet deep or so. So problem for the shorties in your crew more than the rest of you.
Wow,
But with
safe
the
swimming.
yeah,
I mean, that's
With
gonna
a-
offer
with a-
to help people across.
with a swift pace, you'd be able to make it. It's just a matter of like not being swept out to sea or bumping heads on rocks and stuff.
Well, I'm usually
getting
quite
wet.
prepared, but I don't have anything that can help with that.
Flurry will start uncoiling a rope for anybody who wants to be tied together. So as not to be swept away while the talls walk
The
across
tall-
the river.
I
Yeah,
feel
the
like we
tall.
should sandwich everybody else in the middle. I'm only like probably just tall enough, so I should also probably be in the middle.
Jackson would take every help he can. He's like not very fond of water.
If Lena is down, Flurry will do this and drag
Yeah,
drag
absolutely.
your asses across.
Yeah.
All right. You
Apologies,
set off.
folks. Did not anticipate it being fast. A lot slower over by the Dreadwoods.
For Flurry and Lena, when you step in, give me athletics checks. You have the rope in your hand to kind of walk it across.
Before they roll, can I cast guidance on
Sure.
Flurry?
Okay.
Here you go. Have a guidance.
To get a D4 to your athletics.
Oh,
I am re-rolling that.
Yeah,
So
I
far,
want to
not great.
roll mine as well.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna use
Hey, at least we're
inspiration.
using our session inspiration this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so. At least you got the 4. Don't forget the 4. Add the 4.
Okay. That is a lot better.
You can add the
Okay.
the thingy.
Yeah, that still only gives me an 8 though.
Well, it's better than a 4.
Yeah. Athletics is not my strong point.
And it's only
Is
you
there
get to
no-
you gotta roll
Is there
a
no
D4.
roots in the bottom of this river that I can grab?
I think the thing that you anticipate that there's more footing, but it's a matter of the speed where you weren't expecting it. There's that little bit of like the undertow speed that's different from the surface speed. So there's a moment where when you step in, you feel like a slick rock. It's got that like slimy, mossy sort of stones to the bottom of it, and there's a moment where your one foot just gets swept out from your other. Lena, you stepped hard down with your boots, and you feel like a big skid as you try to catch Flurry. And there's an alternate timeline where both of you eat shit down the river tied to this rope. But as you sort of plant yourself firm, you get a little bit deeper in the water than you want to, but taking like a wide stance, you're able to kind of hold the rope so that Flurry can kind of plant themselves a little bit better. And you're kind of having to like wiggle your toes into the muck around the stones to kind of take careful steps. Once you're in, it's not so bad. It's like kind of pushing against a, the waves trying to pull you in you're trying to basically keep yourself back. There's that like leaning into the current that give you some separation. But you can definitely tell like footing is a premium around here. And it's kind of Lena anchoring in the center as Flurry kind of continues on to the other side.
I'll be the rock.
I mean, as you're dug in with your boots and your gear already, kind of acting as that central point. Now you have a rope strung across at least.
Yeah.
So that will give your companions advantage with the rope to try to get across this river without slipping.
Mhm.
See, Lemon is in chat, but is it Boris or Jingle that are with us right now?
Wait a second. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi. I have Flash of Genius.
Yes.
Would this have counted towards something that I could have done for that?
I think so. It's an ability
When-
to check your saving throw,
yeah.
right?
When you or a creature you see within 30 feet of you fails an ability check or saving throw, you can take a reaction to add a bonus to the roll, potentially causing it to succeed. The bonus equals your intelligence modifier minimum of +1. When you use your Flash of Genius, you or a willing creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of yourself can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you see as part of that same reaction. I'm not going to use it because obviously we made it through, but that's pretty cool. I'm reading through my stuff, my spells and things.
That's gonna be good if somebody eats shit and needs to be
Yeah.
teleported to the shore.
Indeed.
Nobody eats shit. I only got 4 of those. It's pretty cool though.
All right. Well, with your rope bridge now, everybody roll athletics with advantage. For everyone who hasn't rolled yet. So I got Jingle. 17 is good. Better than a 2. Boris is fine. 15 for Jackson is fine.
What did I get? I got a 12.
You got a 12. It's a success, but with struggle. You see Boris just kind of plops into the water and then does like this weird boar doggy paddle, while Jingle kind of holds onto the rope to kind of guide you a little bit. It's rough waters, and you don't necessarily have an aquatic form, but you have powerful muscular legs. And the will of a boar that does not want to be swept out to sea. So with kicks and holding on to the ropes for the latitude, you're able to doggy paddle, boar paddle your way across. It's a little less elegant, but with the rope and with your friends, Jackson, you're able to kind of cling and slide your way across the water without too much harm. And then you got to watch. It is not great. There's a moment when you're trying to get past Lena that it's slippery and you're getting water in your nose, and that terrible like sensation of having water where it's not supposed to be. But you take kind of a deep breath and settle yourself for the last leg before Lena stomps her way across the riverbed to get to the far side. But actually, with this successful crossing of the river, you've cut your time down significantly. Going around would have been the bulk of your day traveling this way. And while you're a little bit wet now and waterlogged, you didn't lose any of your gear, and you didn't lose any of your teammates. So, a short breather on the riverbank as you watch the sort of river whip by. But after a breath and a short rest, aka, you can get yourself up and have actually made pretty decent footings. As checking your map again for your coordinates, you are at the edge of where the tower should be seen.
What a lovely landscape.
And this side of the river is more rolling hills and cliff sides. This is a little bit deceiving. You are not traveling on a well-worn path, but it does look like a hunter's foot trails, or what could have been a path at one point. Something that's been long reclaimed by nature that you're walking on, but it's still like a common enough animal path to get towards the river. Maybe for watering or that sort of thing. That's more the vibe than this like pre-constructed road that you're seeing here. Enodia, give me one more survival or cartographer tool.
It was the survival one that did better, yeah?
You rolled better last time survival, but you know, can be whatever you want.
Okay. Bam. 11.
You're real distracted by the wet. You know?
See, survival. I should have just gone with survival. I have a 7. I have a pretty good, like, stuff for that. Why do I keep trying to be different? Anyway.
Last time you rolled 11 and well, that's actually really spooky.
Wait,
Last
did I
time you
roll
rolled
the same? Hold
11
on.
and 23, and then you just rolled another 11 and 23.
Okay, it's not cursed or broken.
It's not broken. I think it is cursed
I'm
though.
just cursed.
I think it is just that that distraction. When you're traveling, you're a little winded. Just by the aquatic exertion. I think water is not necessarily something you spent a whole lot of time in the like riverbanks and that sort of thing. There's been a lot of water. Like Saltmarsh is just surrounded by it. There's not like bogs or lagoons or something in the near the camps so much. So it's just a matter of, you know, the slip of the hand has got you a little rattled as you're trying to chart the course. But you start to get into the right area, and you're looking around, you're seeing these rolling hills and cliff sides. There should be some semblance of a road. You're looking for a tower, like something that climbs into the sky. Even if it's in ruins, there should be some kind of signal that it's around.
I'm
Think you're
I'm
mute.
full on muted.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, right there. I found it. So Enodia has determined that she thinks that she's close enough that she should be able to see the object at this point, which means it should be within, like, say 1,000 feet or so.
Sure.
I'm gonna cast Locate Object. Oop. Does that? So I can locate a specific object if it's known to me or I've seen it within 30 feet at least once. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as furniture, weapons, tools, etc. The spell can't locate an object if any thickness of lead blocks a direct path between you and the object. And I can use it if it's within 100 feet. Technically, a building is an object if it's in ruins. Or I'm searching, like, there shouldn't be any, like, houses around. I could search for, like, a door or something.
Yeah.
A door, window, like, literally anything as part of a building to see if I can find it.
Sure.
Parts of things is object.
You lock on to the nearest object, looking for, as you said, a door. It would make sense. There should be a door somewhere in ruins, attached to a building or otherwise. Or at least bring you in the direction where you could see it. It starts to point you like more northeastern. You follow it for a time until you reach a spot where the locate stops responding properly. You get close, and then it's almost the moment is like when you take a step back, it's saying northeast, and you take a step forward, and it's like the location orb is spinning. Like if you were to look at a compass, and then you reach a certain spot, and it just starts spinning. That's the vibes you're getting. There's some interruption
zone.
here.
How bizarre. I step back. Points to the north. I step forward. Spinning. I do that a couple of times. I'm sure everyone's looking at me like, what the heck's going on? But, you know. You gotta test a hypothesis. So, maybe if I do this... What if I'm gonna step to, like, the side. I'm gonna take, like, 3 paces to the side and then step forward, and it does. I'm assuming it does the same thing.
It is. It's almost like there's a wall in front of you that starts to interrupt your divination spell.
I'm gonna abruptly turn around, and I'm gonna be like, alright, so it seems that there is a barrier here. That is preventing my location from working. It's in, and I'm gonna just gesture wildly that direction. But right about here, and I'll step forward and backward again, is some sort of barrier preventing my magic from working. Although now I'm curious if all my magic will be fritzy in there. Can I step through the barrier again?
Yeah. It doesn't feel any different. It's just your spell is interrupted after that point. It's not like you can feel like native arcana that's here. It's just you're stepping basically in one step around this, like, this trail, this bush, this cliffside.
I want to see if it interrupts any of my other magic. Lena, can you come here for a moment?
Of course.
I was thinking about being an absolute little shit, but I've decided against it. I'm gonna touch Lena and cast Guidance.
Guidanced.
It worked. Alright.
Yeah.
So it seems the only thing that's messing up is the location spell. Yeah, I guess we gotta head up in this direction and just use our peepers until we see what we see. I totally was gonna force blast Lena to see if it worked. Because it's a cantrip.
The fact that Lena's just so willing to help would have gotten her some deep shit right there.
Oh goodness. Alright. Is there any like tall objects around?
Like a tree.
Like a tree?
Not so many
person.
trees. We're right now. I think of this more kind of like what you see here. It is kind of like knee-high brush, more hip height from actually most of you, other than Flurry and Lena. Like hip height, long brush. There are a number of like bushes that are around, some kind of more twiggy and gangly. But where you're at now, it's a little less lush than pictured here. There are more like rocky cliff edges and that sort of thing. You're definitely more in like hilly, cliffy territory, and you can see like the shore not far, more westward from where you are right now.
Enodia is just going to be talking out loud then at this point. She's like, so if my theory is correct, we're going to be looking for something that's about, and she's looking for an example, maybe as tall as the guild building. It could be potentially a little bit smaller than that, you know, just due to like the ruined state of it. It could be disguised, so we could be looking for a large tree, a larger like hill or mound that looks maybe out of place.
Is there a cliff face that I can climb to get a better view?
Yeah, absolutely.
She's just gonna
Yeah.
be rambling about different things.
Mari's just gonna like pause for a minute to listen to Nodia's rambling and then go climb a cliff instead.
You guys are keeping your eyes out as you push forward. You have a general trajectory northwest. That's about all you've got. So you continue in that direction, keeping an eye out. I'll ask everyone for a perception check.
Sorry, that wasn't mean to be advantage. Should I roll again?
No, we just take whatever's first.
Stone of good luck roll bonus. That sounds cool. I have permanent advantage on my perception, so 24.
Jingle and Boris are not paying attention. Not surprised.
They're singing about fish and eggs, guys.
Yeah.
Fish
Fish and eggs and
eggs
eggs and fish.
It does get a little more treacherous, which makes sense that more of your focus, Boris, is finding footing. Loose rocks and kind of more steeper cliffs are not great for hooves.
Yeah, I don't want to fall. It's a long way down.
And it's bumpy when you have a rider too.
Mhm.
Keeping your eyes out, you don't see any towers. There's no structures. There's nothing that reaches the sky beyond these rolling foothills. You're keeping in that same direction, and if there's something within 1,000 feet, like it's pretty stretching landscape in all directions. There's not a lot of things to break it up, so you would see a tower if it were here.
I would like to activate
Jax.
my hack eye. I should have done this maybe like a little bit earlier, because that also activates like sea invisibility, just in case.
Jackson, with your 22 perception as well, you activate the hag eye, and running your foot on the ground, there's a texture that doesn't make sense. You look at the ground, and what you see is this dirt path that you're on, but you can feel with your foot like a cobblestone brick.
Okay, I like try like to step it again on it, like very carefully with my foot, and when it confirms, then I would basically like just signal to the gang that I found something, and would go on my knees and like scratch on the floor or like wipe the floor to see if something comes to light.
Give me an intelligence save.
Safe.
Anodia's gonna slap her forehead and go, invisible.
Can I use my inspiration to reroll that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
16. You stretch on the ground, or you reach down on the ground, and you can run your fingers over this cobblestone brick. It's like the ground is cobblestone where you're standing right now, but with the texture and from what you see, it's just dirt on the ground. So your sense of touch is not aligned with your sense of sight. And it's in that moment when you try to disbelieve the illusion that you see the cobblestone brick with your eyes now. You feel it with your hands, and taking that moment to focus, it seems like 16 is enough. And now looking around, you see a completely different landscape.
Just me right now, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, I'm like turning around, like a little bit irritated on what's happening. Guys, do Do you see it? We're basically here. And
Would
I'm like,
Lena be able to see it with a 21?
You with the 21, and now that this has been brought up, Nodia and Lena, you feel the stone. You can like it, and now it starts to make sense because where you're standing, you're not feeling the wind from the ocean anymore, and it's you just start to realize the sensory is different. Both of you can make intelligence saves as well.
Oh.
You both have no idea what Jackson is talking about, but there's that sensory of like, oh, he can see that we're almost here, but you look around and you don't see it. But there's enough of that information that he's saying there's a stone there that you don't see. There's some powerful illusion that you aren't seeing.
so how far are we away from the tower? Estimated.
It looks like if you were to continue straight on the path that you were just about to walk past it.
Like, I do see the tower now.
You do see the tower now, and you can
Okay.
see that you're actually walking on a path that leads kind of beside it. This overgrown sort of path, but that illusion is almost ferrying you away. The cliffside seemed like it was a lot closer, so you were almost going to be walking past this tower entirely because the landscape was completely different from what you're looking at now.
Okay, so I'm starting to take the lead and be like, "You guys, be careful. We almost missed it. Just follow me, and tread carefully, just in case."
All right.
And I'm carefully like leading the way, watching my steps towards the tower.
You know, when there's like an invisible bridge in a video game,
My bad.
and you just see your character is like walking out into nothingness. That's what you see Jackson literally walk off the cliff, and he's just stepping towards nothingness from the not being able to break the illusion. But as you kind of take a calm step forward, there is ground where he's treading, but there is that heavy illusion that's here. That's the reason why you couldn't find it. Is that it was obscured. But trusting in the process, Jackson, you bring them close to the tower, and once you get within like 10 feet of it, the illusion dissipates.
Okay.
For the rest of you, looking at this, there's like basically a 10-foot little dome around this tower that you can see that doesn't have an illusion, but everything else just looks like cliffside, like you've clipped into a whole other area that just there's that separation of blankness underneath you, but there's land in front of you, but there's land beneath you. Hallucinatory terrain is crazy.
I would
I'm just gonna
slowly walk towards the tower and like start touching stones and the rune before I head inside.
You can
I
see
would be careful about that.
like a shattered tower that you can see. There's a door that seems to be open on the one side, and some windows further up. Guys on the map.
Flurry will kind of slip past the others and go into the door. I'm headed inside, but I'll be in front for a minute.
Is there like some something recognizable on the outside, like any signs, or is it just a flat overgrown stone basically?
Yeah, it looks like if there was a pattern to it, it has been absolutely ravaged by time. The sea air has not helped with the erosion at all, particularly on the sort of north and eastern side or western side of this tower. It has just been battered by the sea air. It does look like scaffolding has been built on one side. Like newer wood material that's supporting the eastern flank. That you would definitely be able to tell this is something that has been constructed more recently. The material looks kind of similar to the reconstruction efforts of Saltmarsh. So there's some more modern architecture here that's supporting the ruins, but there are a few floors that reach up, and then eventually the top is just open to the sky. You're not sure how tall the tower used to be, but it is definitely only like 3 stories up from where it is now.
And also, would I say that the material the tower is made of is like from here, or does it look like something from a totally different place?
I would say it does look something like from a different place. It's kind of like a sandstone type material that definitely doesn't seem like it's natural to Saltmarsh or the environs around.
Okay. Well, after like checking out the walls and stuff like that, I would slowly follow Flurry inside the tower as well.
Before Anodia goes in, she knocks on the door before entering. What?
There is no door.
She knocks on the side of where the door would be. What? It's rude to enter a space without knocking first.
When you knock, you do see a little candlelight flick on. There's a table in the center of the room that you're entering right now, and it seems to be proximity based. So as soon as you kind of enter that doorway, the wick of the candle flicks on.
See, I said it was rude to enter without knocking. We knocked and the tower turned its lights on. Fully convinced that it was the knocking.
If Flurry had
Entering-
already gone in, would they have noticed that the light turned on before Anodia knocked?
Yes.
Good to know.
Yeah, as you sort of walk in, it's a musty smell to this place. It has been open to the environments for who knows how long. The floor feels kind of wet and slick. There are pools of sort of stagnant water that have been left over from the rain. And like little pitter patters, you can see definitely like footprints of rodents of some kind that have called this shelter their home. The wood seems to be mostly like slick wet and rotten. There's like a usable chair, maybe 2 usable chairs, but most of them have been kind of shattered on the ground. On the far wall, like the curved wall as you enter, it says Gorg was here in like big scratchy letters that it looks like somebody had grabbed a brick or something and carved their name in the wall. There's some structural damage that you can see as a big like stone from above has fallen through. There's a bit of a skylight, and from this vicinity, the 2 doors are closed. There's one on this side, one over here. It does open up into a T-shaped chamber down here, and you can see doors have been busted off hinges. And that's what you see as you walk in.
Well, I would be very careful about moving anything. We never know what this tower could hold. However, do you think that, well, we should start looking around and seeing if we can find anything? And as she says that, she's going to open the door that's closest to her if she can.
Yeah, I mean, if you clicked on it and it opened, it opens.
Right.
Lena is
Well-
going to investigate this room for traps.
Oh yeah, Anodia doesn't give a shit about traps. There's a staircase over here. Is it going up or down?
Appears to be going up. Lena, as you look around the room, there's some like natural dangers. Stagnant water is probably not great. There's some like rot and mildew on the table in the very damp pieces of parchment that are like plastered to it. But there doesn't seem to be any like crossbow traps or pitfalls or spear throwers or anything around here. It seems like it's not booby trapped in this vicinity.
All right.
The background went light again.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Is there any interesting stuff on the table?
Trying to look through the parchments, you kind of look at the script and the ink just sort of run. Any words that would have been on here have been taken to the weather and the rain that seems to have dripped through. Just big smudges at where you would have seen language at one point. Just ink splotches now.
I'm gonna pull out my lantern and turn it on.
Okay, I will give you light.
Enodia is gonna try to break this door. Yeah, she thinks that the weather has made the door stuck. She doesn't think it's locked, so she's gonna try to bust it like open.
Give me an athletics check as you try to shoulder this door. Wham! You like take a step back and you like put your shoulder into it. That's some fine mahogany, bro. Just ow, ow, ow. You kind of rub your shoulder for a second. You don't even hear the doors, like, you know, the ka-chunk of movement.
Yeah.
You've just slammed yourself into a solid piece of mahogany.
Huh.
Can.
Oh my god.
Well, that one over there has stairs going up. I figured this one here might have stairs going down. Not that I want to leave this floor just yet, but we should find all of the options.
You know,
Or if you can charge at the
try to
door.
help.
Oh, here we go.
Lena wanted to try to help as well using her axe.
Flurry is just off investigating.
I'm gonna stop Lena from breaking down the door. Oh, you shouldn't do that. This thing looks like it's really ancient. It could be, like, important or something.
Boris, are you charging the door? Yeah.
Yeah.
You say that, and the help is you scoot Enodia aside while Boris just whole ass collides into this door. Surprisingly, on a 16, you smash into this door, and you feel like that reverberation through your body as you just kind of slump down the front of it. Jackson and I would think Jackson, give me a perception check. You're the only one that was just kind of be able to observe without much distraction. You notice when Boris hit the door that there was a slight blue glow, like a ripple kind of spiraled outward at the moment of impact.
I tell them about what I saw, and I'm like, yo, there might be something magic about the door. So we should be careful.
Well, I mean, there's much more to explore. We can always come back to this later, and it seems like there's a whole other floor. So
Maybe we can find a key. So.
Flurry, as you enter this bottom chamber, looking at it, the door's been busted down, and somebody had fun here. Or maybe there was a natural fire, but it looks like this whole room has been burned. From the cinders and the ashes, some of these golden, sort of half-luminescent mushrooms have been growing in the sort of damp, burned library, books, tables. It's hard to say at this point, but this sort of ashy sludge that has been here has given way to new life.
I'm gonna investigate the mushrooms. Is there anything special or useful about them? Also, do I know anything about them to begin with?
Give me a nature check. these mushrooms. They're akin to fool's gold. They give off this powdery gold texture, and their spores are like this golden dander. It's meant to give the illusion of gold ore or veins of gold to lure miners into disrupting them so their spores can spread. They're not particularly harmful, but with most mushroom spores, it's not something you really want to inhale. And they kind of act like glitter. The spores are incredibly hard to get off of you once they're on you.
Gotcha. I'm gonna like basically cover my face and mouth as well with like fabric that I'm currently wearing.
You also
Is there anything legible in this room?
Everything has been very burned.
Okay. Had to check.
Now, it looks like maybe at one point there was a couple of spores that sprouted, and somebody must have tried to spread it around or get it off their hands, which has led to larger colonies. You do know that you don't want to use fire around them. Flames, particularly magical flames, will cause them to explode or expand, like microwaving marshmallows.
Got it.
Unless you want this whole tower to be a giant mushroom, no one fireball that room.
Got it. Wonderful. Good to know. Is there anything else to see in this room or no?
Not in this one. It doesn't look like anything has been like in this trash heap of burned things, and it would give the impression that this was a fire that had happened many years ago. This is not a recent addition to this tower.
Gotcha.
Lena, going into the northern room. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to probably just use my little herbalism kit and collect a small-ish sample anyway. But I will be very careful not to get any of the goddamn spores. I do not want a glitter.
A glitter spore for the rest of your life.
Would keep me from standing out. Yeah.
With the 15, you're also not rushed for time. You can absolutely collect a couple spores or samples.
I will do that.
Heading to the other room, Lena, you see that this is kind of the most intact room you've come across so far. There's some crates here and some barrels. They're empty right now, but it does look like somebody has brought some like packing materials almost. There's a water barrel and a few provisions that you can see have been stashed, particularly in the chest over here. There's some rations that have been left over in the bottom, like dried grain and nuts. There is a hearth, a fireplace that's in the northern edge of the room here. The wood is wet. Embers that were there are long soaked. But it does look like at some point a fire or a temporary dwelling was here. The table is set up in a way that there's no chairs here, but somebody could have had a meal in front of the hearth. This seems a little more lived in than some of the other areas that you've been through right now.
This is just rubble that she's by right now, correct? Or are those like papers or something? Or should I roll an investigation?
Give me an investigation for the room. 13. What is left here does look like scratched out notes. The papers are a little bit like soggy and well worn. But it just looked like looks like observations.
Could I use mending to make them not soggy anymore? So that I could
Might
take
be-
them with me?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
You're using a spell for a similar purpose, but not necessarily as designed. On a 7, you're trying to force out some of the liquid without and retain the information. You kind of channel your magic, and you see some of the pages are too far gone to be restored. But you're able to put together one journal entry. It says, "My research has come to to its end. Until the Chimera is dealt with, I cannot proceed higher. I will hire adventurers to deal with this."
She's gonna be like, Chimera? She's gonna go warn the others and be like, hey, we might be dealing. There might be a Chimera in the area. This note is talking about one being needed to be dealt with. So just be extra cautious and on the lookout for one. There could not be one, but just be prepared.
Well, it seems that we've exhausted this floor here. We can't get into that one there. I guess the only way
Glorious.
to go is up.
Glory's gonna walk over to the locked door and just put my hand against it.
Cold, smooth wood. It doesn't give off any energy or glow unless impacted. It does feel slightly strange. It's clean, which is, I think, the first red flag, as most things are dirty here. If you know what to look for, you can tell there's some sort of spell work here. Enchanted wood or something that's scribed into it.
I'll just for the sake of science, I'll test the doorknob and see if I can open it.
I
Where
did
I
try that though.
approached.
Yeah.
You turn the handle, and you can feel that it doesn't engage all the way. There's like a physical resistance where you'd have to reach that sort of locking mechanism to push it open.
Right. Okay.
So it doesn't let you in.
Good to know. Had to try.
You're just gonna go back in this room again, and she's gonna look in the drawers and look around again, just to see if she can maybe find a key or something.
Well, I'm done looking around this area. I'm gonna go upstairs if anybody wishes to follow me.
Lena, you look around for a moment. I'm going to stop Enodia right there.
Womp womp.
As you push through the door, a booming voice shouts down the stairs. "Do not come closer! You have reached the Tower of Xenopus! Tread further, and you will be blasted by the heavens!"
Does that echo loud enough for the others to hear it?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Can I assume that Flurry recognizes Kelodek's voice?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna go past Enodia probably and just be like, hey, wait here for a second. I have a theory.
All right. You know, I did not expect a voice to yell at me today again.
I'll just turn and look at Enodia and just say, "Welcome to the real world." Again.
So much yelling.
And then I'm gonna walk forward into the room and do whatever it was that the voice told me not to do.
Climb the stairs. Be struck down
And
by
I guess
the
I'm
heaven.
climbing the stairs.
Take a cautious step. One by one. Tread upwards. You can tell this does eventually give way to howling wind. There's definitely like a breach or some sort further up, but proceeding your way upwards, you walk forward without issue.
Cool. I'm gonna keep going.
You know, I would like to go up there as well. There were so many books down
You
here
don't
that
get
were
a
destroyed.
response.
There might
Or
be
he's
some
just climbing the
upstairs.
stairs.
You end up in another small chamber, the first floor. The staircase does proceed up further, if you wish. But this is
Not yet.
the next floor up.
Not yet. I'm going to go to the door and try to open it.
Yeah, if you can click on the door, it opens.
Wonderful.
This is where you see the window open, little bits of light bleeding through.
Cool. Is there anything interesting in this room?
There's symbols on the ground. You can see carved here some sort of symbol. There is a toppled shelf and a bench. It does open up, and you would actually see like fresh wood construction on the far side here. This is scaffolding that seems to have been built, or supports that are here. So there is signs of new construction.
Do I know what the symbols would mean?
Wizard stuff is your best bet. It's arcane
Got
in
it.
nature. So you don't know like exactly what it's trying to convey, but it's wizardy. It's magic-y stuff.
Magic-y stuff. Wonderful. So he probably wasn't lying. I will turn and go back to the stairs and just call down that it seems to be safe, but there's weird wizard shit, and I'm a little concerned about lightning. So, like, proceed slowly and carefully.
What a strange thing to be worried about in a tower.
Do you say that out loud?
I probably would mutter it.
Loud enough for me to hear?
I don't know. You're upstairs. How good is your hearing?
I'm paranoid.
You want to roll for it?
Sure, what should I roll? God?
Perception. Call it like a 12.
Oh yeah, you hear it.
There you go.
Which is really funny, by the way, out of
Listen,
character because I
I'm
have call
alive.
lightning.
I'm alive because I'm careful. You should learn.
I'm alive because of spite, and I'm gonna walk forward and start going up the stairs.
Your first foot on the step does have a reaction. You hear the bricks beside you in the staircase begin to shriek out at you. This is your final chance! Take one more step and feel the wrath of Xenopus!
I'm gonna cast haste on myself and book it up the stairs.
You step again with your hasted movement. You begin to rush, and I need a dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
You have advantage.
I mean, you did also see Flory go up without problem, and not the second warning.
Oh, wait,
Enodia,
better yet,
Lena, and Jackson.
Better yet, question. I gave Flurry one of the maps, right?
Yeah.
Portal jump.
Well, you can't use it as a reaction because you activated my trap card. So I need deck saves from everybody in the line.
Wah.
As a
Myself
thunderbolt-
included.
Nope, because you're upstairs. A lightning bolt launches from just below where that voice came out of. This sort of crackling blue lightning fires out and strikes into Jackson, Lena, and Enodia. You guys rolled very well, though. You're able to sort of tumble out of the way of most of the blast. Enodia, through your hastened movement, and the other two, because you kind of see that blue glow starting to come and that call of lightning saying, oh, maybe I shouldn't be here right now. Alright, you're going to take half this amount of damage. Just making sure. Okay, so that is correct. So 14 lightning damage to the three of you.
Can
As
I
I'm-
use my flash?
Damn.
Oh wait, we passed. We still just take half regardless.
Yeah. There's a loud ringing in the clap of lightning as that ozone smell starts to fade away as like a Tesla beam gets fired at you and streaks outwards through the door.
Flurry will like look down and make sure that everybody's still like on their feet. And then just like shake their head and go to continue exploring.
I took damage. Can something funky happen?
In this case, it's just a trap. It's fine.
Okay.
You're just a little zapped.
Yeah, but something funny might happen because I took damage.
It's fine. Oh, you're gonna fart. Do you want to really use all your features though?
Yeah. I think it's funny.
All right.
It's
Enodia's gone
Yeah,
after
poof.
the lightning.
You can still hear my voice muttering to myself about indoor lightning and how that seems feasibly impossible. But you can't see me.
Enodia, where did you go?
What do you mean I'm right here?
Where?
Here. And I like flick you on the forehead or something.
Ow.
I'm right here. God. Keep
Should I
up.
try to put a hand on her head or something, just so that I know where she is?
I think it only lasts a few seconds, so you just winked back into existence.
It says until the end of my turn or until somebody attacks, deals damage, or, you know.
Yeah, end of your turn is 6 seconds.
Yeah. I said I'm right here, and I like pop back into existence.
Yeah.
Alright. Must be the weird magic of this tower.
Mm. And I just keep walking up the stairs.
Flurry's just exploring.
Yeah. So, heading up, I will yeetus you up the stairs. Yeet. Yeet.
Are Jingle and Boris coming up the stairs as well?
Yeet. There we go. So you guys should be over here now.
Don't forget Jingle.
Yeah, I just assumed Jingle's wherever Boris is.
Well, you could use the other token.
I could. Here. Jingle Boris. I'll leave you guys down here for now. You see several closed doors. Flurry, you see there is these strange symbols carved into the ground. This door has been broken down. There is bookshelves that are here with waterlogged scrolls and parchments and books, as it seems. This side of the tower, this wall is completely open. You would see kind of the path you are walking on, as this is open to the environment. And there's just a pitfall hole right here. It just leads down to the first floor. There is this statue that's here. It seems very well preserved. Similar, I think, to the door is what you would tell. Anything that has magical presence or has been made out of materials that may have magical properties are not affected by the weather and erosion of time. It looks perfectly as chiseled as it was when it was crafted.
What does it look like? Does it look like a person? Or...
It does. It seems to be
Oh no! Do I recognize the person?
Roughly humanoid, but you know that they're not exactly human. It's a woman. She's got a
Fuck. Is it a
Lori says
mom?
that out loud.
Is it a mom?
It's not. It's not an elf. But you're not convinced it's wholly a human either. There's some kind of... Some of the features aren't exactly correct. There's some like markings on their skin that could just be like tattoo or cosmetic, but the hair is very wispy and wavy. And they're holding this sort of
Wavy and curly?
sensor. Yeah, kind of like air currents almost.
Flurry will start looking back and forth between the statue and Enodia. To see if there's any
Enodia
similarity.
and Gutenberg are just consuming as many of the undamaged books as possible, and even some of the damaged ones for the partial information.
Yeah, you would not find an undamaged book on that shelf. I can promise you that.
Hey,
but trying to
partial
scavenge
knowledge
whatever
is
you can.
partial knowledge is still knowledge.
Some of the books that you pull off the shelves are like come off in one solid piece. Like the pages don't open anymore. They've been fused.
It's okay,
There's, like,
Gutenberg
water
can deal with
and-
that himself.
Just
There
some
is some
extra
kind of,
hydration.
I think more like an air sensor or like an incense burner is kind of the vibe of the object in her hand. But she definitely does have like a stance of reverence, kind of lifting the bowl up, and it seems to be almost in like a dance pose, like they're twirling almost, and that's kind of what the image is captured like.
Gotcha. Flurry just heaves a giant sigh.
Can I do a history check on the statue?
Absolutely. Looking for anything that you might have known or cultural significance. You're actually uniquely qualified to identify various races, as you have so many siblings of different creeds and origins. This is an Air Genasi.
Okay.
They're wearing robes. Maybe it could be Xenopus, but something tells you probably not. Maybe a muse or a sculptor or a performer of some sort. But this woman that seems to be mid-dance almost looks as light as air. And that's where that air element comes from. Which would make sense if you have a tower. You know, having the attunement for the wind and for the sea and for the tempests that sort of Air Genasis have. Usually their hair is made of like a blistering storm, and you're kind of seeing a little bit of that likeness captured in. Air Genasi in this environment, super fucking rare, but you also know this was not carved in a time in which you would have had access to any recorded history. This piece of sculpture is ancient. This is from a time, a dynasty long past. But it's interesting that it's Genasi. Maybe they were a Genasi, or they had a connection to Genasi that flew the skies, or strange. But certainly not a peoples that would be around in Keoland as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Lena's going to share this information with everyone.
Flurry is gonna notice.
I know a little bit about them from my research, but fully distracted consuming these books over here. There's nothing too particular about them. Very strange to be in this area, though.
Flurry will notice that Gutenberg is just eating all of the books, and I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
walk over and
Absolutely.
put both of my hands on Enodia's shoulders and turn them physically towards me and say, "Okay, listen.
What's up?
If you ever come across an Owlin wizard, you need to have never been here. According to you, you were never here, okay? Great. Thanks." And I'll walk away.
But I was here. Alright.
No,
And I'm
you
just-
weren't. You ever meet an Owlin wizard? No, you weren't.
Very well. What kind of owl? Is it a red owl, a black owl, a brown owl, a white owl? A lot of different owls. Just owl in general?
Specifically one that's a wizard. Mm-hmm.
Alright then. And I'm just gonna move to the next set of bookshelf to eat the rest of the books over here. I've basically gone up the aisle and then down the aisle, and then I'm gonna work my way. There looks like maybe there's some books on this table that I'll take a look at.
Lena's gonna try and look at the books before Enodia can feed them to Gutenberg.
Flurry will check their journal before they walk away from Enodia.
I can get the books back out. It's easier if I
Just to
store
make
them
sure.
in here. Then Gutenberg can read them, tell me what's important, if there's anything relevant, and I can always access the knowledge. It's pretty cool. Sorry that you got eaten the one time, and I'm gonna gesture over to Flurry.
Flurry is super obviously ignoring you now. I don't want to deal with your book.
Flurry was looking at the statue, and then Enodia looking for recognition of what exactly?
Wanted to see if there was any similarities.
Unlikely.
No, doesn't look like it. There's some like symbolism that might be the same, but with any information about air genasis and air nomads, is like, nah, not really the same vibe.
Yeah, okay.
Just didn't seem that airy.
I'm very interested to learn more about Enodia's heritage for some reason now.
Looking at the statue itself, it seems like the pedestal has like notches. There's 8 notches for the cardinal directions. And the book that's on it is actually like a placard. It's sort of brassy and it's a little bit of a strange language. It almost doesn't look like words, but symbols of some kind.
Enodia makes her way over to the statue, realizes that she can't take the last book, frowns, takes out her pen, and starts copying what it says word for word into her book. Even though she doesn't understand what it is, she's very good at copying symbols.
Transcribe.
Yeah. Does she understand what it says? Probably not, right?
No, it's either an ancient language or a cipher.
Okay. Can I spend some time with Gutenberg trying to decode it? If it's a cipher?
Sure. You can give me an intelligence check.
Am I smart enough for that? Intelligence. Nope.
14. Well, you ate all the books in the room.
Yeah, but Gutenberg's helping me.
Yeah.
He hasn't gone through them yet. It's fine.
while since he's eaten all the books, some of the symbols that pop up, it seems like one of the books on the table had some partial information that someone was trying to break this cipher. Gutenberg says, "This is interesting. It's close. I believe we have half of the information here. A replacement cipher of sorts. Look around. There must be some more information."
What does the other half say, though? Maybe it'll lead us to where we need to look. Nobody else can hear Gutenberg, I doubt. I don't think, anyway. So I'm just talking out loud to the book, by the way. Yeah.
Just talking to the book.
Yeah.
It says, something about names, I think. Titles or names.
I've consumed all of the books in here. I'm gonna move over to this little balcony thing. Can I stand on it?
Yeah, it seems pretty sturdy. It's a little waterlogged, but it does look like the construction is sound. You're not sure who built it, but
This
it
quite
is.
good craftsmanship. The blacksmiths and the woodworkers at the village would have been very proud of this. The nails look like remarkable craftsmanship, and the bridge is quite sturdy. Does Enodia hear the thumping of trying to kick the door? Because, like, it looks like I can enter here.
You would hear it more from the side, for certain. From what you can tell, Flurry, you kind of kick it. There's a bit of a rattle. It seems like it's not magically locked, but physically locked.
I'm gonna call over Boris and see if he wants to bash against this door.
Absolutely.
We'll stand aside and allow the board to bash against it.
Now, where the freaking hell's my sheet?
You do see Enodia looking into this room. A table has been blown over. It seems like some wind has scattered some stuff around. But most of the shelves here are empty or waterlogged.
I can step in here, though, yeah?
Yeah.
She's gonna work with Gutenberg to consume what can be from the books.
Boris, you step back, rear in, and this time you buck the door, and sucker flies open.
I'll test the other doors and see if Boris wants to do the same for them so that we can explore them in a bit.
No need. Boris is already doing it.
Gotcha. I didn't want him to, like, bug on the windshield again, but if he wants to.
So, first one, second one.
The next one you kind of ping pong dash through. You bash through this door, and then you absolutely clock your head here. You just get the sort of spinnies after impacting wood a few times. But you are blocked.
Tell me about this room as I explore it. Is that the same statue, or is it a different statue?
Similar. Same figure, different pose. Same idea, but different pose. It looks like in mid-dance, if you were to take like another snapshot of the same dance move, that's what you would see here.
Gotcha.
She still got the sensor, slightly different pose, but identical sort of person that you would see. Same clothing, same everything. Same sensor, just different pose.
Boris is just dazedly walking around because he's like head spinning.
You can see both of the rooms now open as you parse through. These two middle build doors that you had opened are in much better condition, but as such, they've been ransacked. It seems like a lot of the books were not affected by the weather as badly, which means that they've been recovered by someone through the years. There's some bits and scraps, things that didn't seem to mean very much. Each statue has another book embossed on it, a script of some sort.
Can Lena look at the books and use comprehend languages on them to see if she can understand them?
Ah, that's a good call. Casting comprehend languages, the mystery of words begins to unfold and be decoded. Not necessarily. It's a cipher, but it seems to be more of a made-up language. The nice thing about magic is it doesn't care what the language is. You know, if you have this sort of dialect with someone else, or if you're using Pig Latin or some other thing like code words, it's still a language that can be unraveled by magic. You see this one says, I arrive on wings of bird and cast a spell.
All right. Yuna is then gonna go back to the other room and read the other statues. Or the other statue.
My name is spelt from west to east.
West to east. Okay. She's then gonna read this one down here.
I tell of newborn children and great catastrophe.
Okay. And then yeah. Leah's gonna open this cabinet next and see if there's any keys or anything in here to see.
There's a snake. I'm gonna bite you. No, you're okay.
Flurry is gonna hit the door with my adamantian quarterstaff.
Oh shit! All right, give me an attack roll.
Once I find it.
Yeah. You punch a hole straight through the locking mechanism, and the one door that you struck just rockets open.
Wonderful.
Enodia just keeps consuming books with Gutenberg. Does she find anything interesting so far within the rooms that she's gone through?
Unfortunately, most of the texts have been taken from these walls. The things that you're finding are undamaged, which is quite nice, but it seems like you're maybe like, you know, the 18th person that have walked through the library, so you're just kind of picking up the scraps.
Oh wow, really interesting recipe for cookies. I do enjoy some cookies.
Oh, it's a cookbook from the Great Depression, where they had sugar water for dinner.
Oh my god.
They had water pie.
Water pie.
Oh, wow, this one is deciphering how to grow your own chicken. I don't know what they mean by grow your own chickens, though. Maybe it'll be at the end.
Lena's gonna read the last one.
The last one, and you can see now it is different poses, and they seem to be roughly in order.
Okay.
You can see like a low swoop to a high hand raise over the 3 or now 4 statues that you found. And it says, "My sisters in motion never face the same direction."
Are you telling us this as you walk through?
Yes. Yes, I'm telling everybody about it because Lena's.
Can Enodia pass the riddle to the Sphinx inside the book?
You can try.
Hoot, give the riddle to the Sphinx. They're really good at that stuff.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Flurry is going to try and piece together the steps of the dance that the statues seem to be doing. Kind of like scurry back and forth from each one to the other.
Mm-hmm.
And try and get them in order and figure out what the motion.
Yeah, it looks like it's a twirl, but also a hand raise. The sensor that seems to still be glowing with that sort of blue, like blue-violet light that's there, starts low and then is raised upwards through some kind of spinning motion, like a pirouette of sorts.
All right, we'll do it a couple times and try to embed it in my memory to in case I need it later.
Has Zenobia heard back from the Sphinx about the riddle? She also would like to try to solve the riddle. She thinks it's a riddle. It may not be a riddle, but she thinks it's a riddle.
Oh. Okay. Sphinx is real smart.
Yeah, Sphinx is real smart. I've been feeding it riddles for 6 months.
Months!
There is a kind of a huff and from the book itself. Gutenberg, it says, "I believe there's not enough information." But yeah.
What? I feel like
The
that's
words
such an AI
themselves.
response.
There's not enough information.
Siri is asking for more.
Yeah, there's more to this puzzle. They don't know
No,
entirely.
Siri, quiet.
Oh, did you say
Now
that?
Siri wants to help.
Baby cat, do you know the answer to this riddle? Drake, can you see her?
Oh, she's climbed up to have height advantage to meow at you. It seems like you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle to come to a conclusion at this stage. Through your AI assistant.
Okay, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
Can Lena also deem anything from the symbols on the floor? Are they the same kind of symbols as the language she's been decoding this whole time? Or are they different?
It seems to be different. It's something that's been scratched into the wood afterwards. Maybe somebody else's attempts to decode what these cryptic messages are saying.
Okay.
And Lena and Flurry, give me investigation checks as you've been examining the statues more closely. 12, yeah. You've been doing reading, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Claris is BRB, so.
Mm.
What are you guys doing in the meantime?
Enodia's eating books, and also attempting to decipher. The Sphinx is really smart, and all we got was we need more information. So I feel like we're missing a statue, and Enodia sees that there's this pedestal-looking thing over here, in the other room.
Yeah, it's like a table.
Yeah, but it looks very similar, and it's in the same area as the first statue. She also sees the symbols on the floor, and she's gonna draw those into the book to see if any of that information comes in handy. Does she know what these symbols on the floor mean?
Looking at them, there was scraps of parchment of somebody trying to. They've assigned those symbols to those rooms, and we're trying to test something. Looking at all the information you have devoured,
Nom nom.
you see what looks like an HO.
Yeah, I was
On
gonna
the
say this
side.
looks like it says ho.
It seems to be numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it seems to be going through the combinations of those. And what seems to be circled is. Let me make sure I get this right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the right answer.
What?
Exactly. And that's what you would have based on the scraps of paper you've devoured. 5 is correct for the HO room.
So, Lena's gonna see that Anonia's looking at these, right? She's gonna walk over and be like, "Can you deem anything from these?"
No, sorry, yeah, I'm finishing eating this other room here. I don't think so. I feel like we're missing a statue. There was another room that I could only get into from the balcony area. Like, it doesn't have a door to it. But I ate all of the books in there, too, and there doesn't seem to be anything. A lot of them are very damaged, though.
I'm just gonna walk back into this room. So this floorboard right here.
Also, this looks like a
Is it damaged?
It is.
Can she look down into the room below from here? Or is it blocked enough?
That is a good question. You look down into the room. And it looks like there's just a blue shimmer.
Is there more up?
Yes.
Enodia would like to start going maybe more up.
Flurry is already going all more up.
Enodia has finished eating this level and feels like there's nothing here for her. She'd like to find more knowledge to eat. And by her, she obviously means Gutenberg.
You take a step on the stairs.
Am I gonna get yelled at again?
Your tenacity ends here, invader. Your lightning has only just begun.
Does it happen to Flurry?
No.
Also, I can't see anything anymore.
Well, that's because you're over here.
Oh, I see.
Enodia, you step before taking another step after the vocal has announced itself.
I'm gonna get off the stairs, and then I'm gonna take off my pin, and I'm going to toss it down to Enodia and tell her to pin it on before going further.
I mutter about Could have
Just
stopped
trust
it the
me.
first time and do it anyway. And Pin, you had a way to get through, and Wizard Bird walks up the stairs grumpily.
You
Tired
pin
of
it to
getting yelled
yourself.
at.
Lightning doesn't strike you as you take the next step up the stair. You're able to go up.
When I reach the top, I yell down to whoever's at the bottom to pin it to the next person. And I drop it
That
down.
will be Lena. She will take it and go up the stairs.
All
Rinse
right.
and repeat.
Rinse
Yep.
and repeat.
And she's next to
Flurry will
Juke.
make sure to get it back once everybody else is on the correct floor.
Jackson's just going along for the fun with this at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tossing it back to Flurry though.
You didn't want to maybe keep it?
Nah.
Nah, not the
Do you
coolest
I
really
trick.
tried
wanna
to choose
pick a
my
fight with
battles
Flurry?
wisely.
Randomly having magic shit that will prevent lightning.
Anyway. Ooh, this place looks cool. I like that I can see the
I'm not an asshole.
downstairs.
I'm just super definitely an asshole. I had to know if you guys were actually gonna get struck by lightning.
I like that I can see the downstairs. This is a really cool map.
You can definitely tell that this side is all open air.
Right.
This is half the tower that has fallen away, and you can tell more by the rubble that is accommodating this floor that the rest of the tower has fallen. This has been a reconstruction with a ladder that goes higher.
Lena's gonna.
Is this the 5th statue?
There is another statue here. It doesn't have a book on it though.
Lena's gonna go back in this room and and see what's going on in here.
You open the door. It is a bed chamber. You can see that there are 2 beds made up, neatly folded, and still have like a layer of dust on them, but seem to be in fairly okay condition. Time has really ravaged this room, and there are still some leaking that happen, particularly through the roof to the floor. So one of the beds probably a little like crunchy, mildewy, but the other one's okay. There's some chairs here that seem to be upholstered in some strange leather, and there's a little bit of like a glow to the tabletop. It has this sort of oscillating blue pattern to it that just sort of is embedded into the glass. It almost makes it look like there's like a strip of water in between there that seems to be moving and rippling like the ocean.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check on the table.
Yeah. It's a cool table, bro.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's either enchanted or there's actually water in between 2 panes of glass. But it's moving like it's the ocean. It's rad as fuck.
Yeah. Lena's gonna go out and see if she could get someone else to take a look at the table, because since Lena can't tell, she knows somebody else might be able to tell better than she can. She knows she's not good with magic.
Enodia's inspecting the rubble.
It's very rocky.
I don't know, maybe there'd be a book hidden in there.
Give me an investigation check.
Gotta make sure I'm on the right page first. Hold on. Roll 20 is being very slow. Okay, you said investigation?
Mm-hmm. There is a path. It's very hard to see.
I found something?
If you move to the south, your eyes would not deceive you, that there is a small gap that leads alongside the wall where this rubble is.
Sweet.
A small tunnel of sorts.
Does anybody witness me vanish?
Alina's directly behind you, so probably.
It won't let me move. There we go.
You see Lenodia's like, it's basically like the size of your head, getting on your hands and knees and sort of walking under.
It's okay. I'm like a cat. If my head fits, I'm good.
Yeah, Lena, you are like.
I'm too big.
This is a squeeze for you, for sure.
Could I get through? Or is
It's
it too small?
That's gonna be an acrobatics to try not to get stuck.
I'll try it.
19 is good. There's one point where you have to kind of push the rock up a little bit, and there's a little bit of shifting from the loose stones around you. It gives you some hesitation, because, I mean, if the rest of the building falls on you, that's kind of game over.
Yeah.
But you made it through.
Heck yeah.
I found a hole. It led to this door.
Yeah, it's a very, very small hole. I'm amazed I fit through there.
Me too. I'm gonna hesitate before opening it, but I will open it.
As you open the door, something wrong.
Yeah, Roll20's been having issues. I've been having to reset most of the day, so.
Little lights, little candles flick on by the bedside.
Hmm. Here, you can go first.
All right. I'm gonna step in.
Making sure she doesn't fall through the floor.
Luna's gonna start investigating this desk.
It does look like the floor is pretty badly rotten here.
Enodia doesn't know, but Lucia is traumatized from people falling through floors.
But this room actually seems to be in the best shape that you've found as far as materials go. Somebody has gathered all of the usable materials into this room. On the table is some scrawlings of what seem like different patterns, different reactions, musings about a puzzle, a combination. Statues below being faced into different directions. And what could possibly the script mean, with many attempts to decode what you have decoded. There's a number of inks and quills that are stationed here. There does seem to be a number of parchments and like historical books. Things that could be recovered from the ancient times, and it looks like a lot of materials on the Netherese.
Hey, I know that word.
Yeah, the movements of Netheril. There seem to be some maps that are scrolled up that give approximate trajectories from the other locations. Some communiques between what seems to be the tower's owner. A letter that was penned to Xenopus from the elves of the Greenwood.
Does that ring a bell to me?
That's going to be a history check.
I feel like Enodia might have something on that. I feel like somebody's talked about that before. You said history?
Yep.
just out of curiosity, I know I'm not there right now, but does Flurry know anything about the Greenwood?
It's a bit of obscure knowledge, but you could roll a history as well, just in case it comes up. Some of the information that's here is it seems to be the last message that was received. And mind you, the dates that are here are like from several hundred years ago. Some of the books that you're finding here and the messages are penned in a calculation of dates that isn't even used anymore. Think of like the 80 BC type scenario. Like there's some other tracking system used to count the years on some of the manuscripts and informations here. It seems like a lot more personal letters. Communications of wizards meeting and the movements of wizard towers settling into this place, a place with no kingdom, a place with no governance. A time before Keoland was founded, this tower was brought here from someplace else. Translocating an entire structure, let alone a wizard's tower, is something of great power. But it seems like this Xenopus was a conjurer of sorts. Transportation was their specialty. A conjuration wizard can put themselves in many places, but also can bring things from other places.
Lena also wants to investigate this table.
This one is actually a little bit different. This is built into the floor.
Oh.
It's like something you would step into, like a magic circle.
Oh.
It has a similar sort of vibe as the table that you had. There is a water theme or water element to this, but it's has symbols that sort of spiral into it that are kind of lazy and unpowered.
Mm.
You're not, I mean, on a 20, Bard magic is like more vibes than like going to school and learning. But you can definitely see different types of magic and understand them in your own way. This, I mean, conjuration makes sense. This is to put you somewhere, or an anchor point between two places.
Okay.
Anodia's gonna step on it, trying to reach for one of the books that was, yeah.
Lena's gonna be like, wait!
Doesn't listen, steps on it, trying to reach for one of the books.
It glows a little bit with the presence of someone, but it does not have the power to translocate you.
Lena's gonna...
Sorry, there was a book in the center I wanted.
Careful. This thing seems like it can teleport people places, and we don't know where that is. So be careful standing on it.
It also looks like this wasn't the original spot for it. It's been peeled off of something and put here. Which is why it seems to be transferred via these two carpets that has been used to drag around this room.
Lena is gonna go out into this hallway. And instead of trying to crawl back through, she wants to see if she can carefully make an opening in this wall here to make it easier for the others to get in here as well.
That's probably a bad idea. Enodia's not going to stop you. She's looking for more books and or the key for the downstairs room that she wants to get into.
Lena's just checking to see. She's not going to actually do it unless she can figure out if it's safe or not to do it. Can I investigate to see?
You have a dwarven brother
Mm-hmm.
that might know a lot about stonemasonry. Give me an investigation check. That is a load-bearing wall.
Okay. So
You
she's gonna
probably
leave it
don't want
alone.
to smack it.
She's gonna
There-
leave it
there-
alone.
There
And
is
try to-
something, yeah, above you. There is another floor. There is a ceiling that's here, and you're not sure what's up there, but you're just like,
Yeah.
maybe not.
She's gonna try and shimmy her way back through. Do I need to give another acrobatics?
Flurry is
Absolutely.
hopefully up the ladder by this time.
15?
15, you can shimmy shake on through.
Sweet. Okay. So
Flurry, you are down here.
I see.
Up went down? Where down? Down here. Okay, here we go. I found Flurry. We're good.
So that ladder, you climb up here.
Oh my god,
You
this
can
is
see-
so
Oh, I see, I
cool.
see.
Look how cool this is. Sorry. It's the 3D dimensions of it is really cool to me. Oh, that's a dragon.
I thought it was cool.
Lena's gonna go upstairs now
Investigating
too.
the corpse.
This is some amalgam of bone.
Like a pirate ship.
Tell me about it, God.
This creature has been reduced to bone. It seems like the bones don't match the rest of the body. This is not a skeleton that you could put together and understand how the pieces all work. So this is kind of like, if you look at the limbs, that they're long and gangly, kind of like a tall creature, like a giraffe might be. It has the head of some kind of like canine or bear, or maybe mountain lion. And then it has wings, potentially multiple wings coming from the center of its spine with a short tail. Chimera is kind of a loose term for a alchemically created being. And it looks like somebody tried to recreate a creature out of several different creatures. There is a corpse that is here that seems to be long dead, much older than the corpse itself. But on an investigation check, there are a few wounds on this creature. Severed like ribs and big impacts, puncture marks and nicks in the bones. And you would notice arrow jammed into the rubble here that's broken. It has familiar fletching.
Familiar, or familiar?
As if a tiefling you knew once would wield them.
Gotcha.
Can Lena go up there as well?
I'm
Absolutely.
gonna take the arrow and tuck it into my pack. Ideally before anybody else shows up.
There is a bit of a burst. You can see some scorch marks and some definite signs of like chemical reactions from this body. It also does seem like a cave-in has happened that may have crushed this creature. The tower is in pretty bad shape up here, as it mostly reaches up to the sky. There are these gems that are implanted in a circle here, and 2 of them are sort of shimmering and alight, while 4 of them are dull and sort of not transmitting any light through them. You see this sort of circular pattern matches up with the floor, as there was some sort of dais that was here that has collapsed downward.
At what point do I have to make a wisdom saving throw to deal with all of the terrible memories flooding back into my mind with these triggers?
Probably right now.
Yeah.
You guys couldn't
yeah, that
hear it. It
checks
didn't
out.
pick up, but he just went, probably right now.
I think on a 16, you're keeping it together simply because there's people around.
Yeah, that checks out. This is gonna be a problem for later. Right now, I'm just looking around and investigating.
So when do we tell Aftari that they took down the giant big baddie here?
Hey, somebody had to get the magic item for Isaac. Also, Boris, standing here, your arch nemesis is in front of you. Ladders.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do
Blue
about that.
laughing in the background.
Do you want to investigate out?
I don't know. I don't even know if I'm needed up there.
I take it is the staircase intact? We're already basically on the 3rd floor, so there's basically nothing above us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like-
You can see the semblance of it. There is a little bit of a drop as the staircase has been damaged. So there's probably like 5 or 6 steps that are missing. So there's just kind of a 10-foot drop to the bottom of that area. It's been cleared out now, but there is just kind of a sure drop onto the staircase from up here.
Got it.
Which is why the ladder was made.
Mm-hmm. And there's no more up, right?
No more. There is, like, the stairs do proceed upwards a little bit, but it has been broken off. It seems like most of the tower had been severed from here. Maybe slid down the cliffside. You're not sure,
Right.
but it's been long gone. Up here has been exposed to the elements. You can see the floor is in the worst condition, and probably is eroding at like more and more as the years go on. This side here is like barely holding on anymore.
No more up.
I will say the ones that are lit up are these two here. Now, I am drawing nothing. Those two are on.
Okay.
There's 6 in total. And I don't remember if Flurry would have heard the bit about 5 being the answer.
5 being the answer?
It's from
Oh,
the thing.
yes. Gotcha,
5 is the
gotcha.
right
Yeah.
answer for what is unknown.
5 is the right answer for the HO room. That's what you get.
5 is the answer for the hoe room?
For the hoe room.
Okay.
Heyo.
I'm gonna. Is there anything else to see up here? Probably not, eh?
There's a weird cage. There's many weird cages. It does certainly seem like someone had done some vicious experiments here long ago, and have probably paid a terrible price for it. Various cages of what could have been various animals.
We just look at the cages and then look at the skeleton.
Smashed up. Yeah. Yep. Some wannabe wizard made something terrible in this place. Long after it was
Gotcha.
already ruins.
Gotcha. Flurry's gonna climb back down the ladder.
Yeah, so is Lena.
Alright.
During their upstairs time, did Enodia find anything else of use in this room over here? She was looking for the key or more other knowledge and stuff like that.
Lots of knowledge. So much knowledge. That's the problem, is that there's so much information here that doesn't seem to be connected. It seems to be more personal. You learn some more about, like, Xenopus as a wizard. You know, they specialize in conjuration. They were considered to be a pretty helpful sort. Somebody that was here to aid in the assistance of a temporal breach. Looking at the research, you find that temporal breaches are like seams between the realms that fracture. And it seems like that's why they were here, to help another wizard in the Greenwood that had their tower be exposed to another realm and tried to seal it, but needed aid or knowledge of rifts. And as Xenopus is somebody that is trained in the way of conjuration, when you bring things in from other planes, you have to be careful not to make tears. So it seems to be similar in that field. There's lots of research about their findings and the effects that it might have on the environment if left for too long. It's a lot of different deliberations, and it's like dissertation papers that they wrote about the dangers of conjuration magic when used in the wrong way, and some theories about how many times you can teleport in between two spaces before those spaces begin to fold together.
As somebody who has minor teleportation and portal-esque stuff, Enodia understands a lot of that. Does any of the information pinpoint where this happened? Because the Enodia might be piecing together that this might be in the Dreadwoods. Like
This might be why the Dreadwoods.
Why the Dreadwoods? Why the Dread is the woods?
I think with enough time being left in this space and having access to maps and being a cartographer, it doesn't take long to look at an old map to find where the Greenwoods is and realize the Dreadwoods had a different name.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Back when it's presumably an elven kingdom.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's sad.
There also seems to be a tower in the Dreadwoods that's on the map.
Huh. Yeah, there is. Enodia knows where that is located, roughly, from scouting missions and stuff. It's a bit farther than any of her people specifically has gone, but there was reports from years ago that had gone there. That area. Closer to the Pinebark Estates, but not that far back.
So, another potential wizard tower.
I also, is there any information on this thing? Because Lena said it was teleporty.
Not in the research. In the notes on the table, someone was trying to figure out how to activate it.
Okay, and then lastly, there's no key.
No key. No.
No key. Just no key in chat. Okay. Once that's all done, she's gonna leave the area because nobody else knows she's here. I can't get out. Okay, I gotta physically go around the walls.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't just clip through walls.
Let me clip through walls. And no.
I would like to go back down to the ground floor, please.
I'm sitting behind the statue, continuing to read through these books and look at these tables. Not tables, the maps. Sorry.
Since I had the idea with my upstairs to bash the door with my quarterstaff, I'm gonna hit this door with my quarterstaff as well.
Whacking the door with your adamantine quarterstaff, you find it barriered.
Oh, you went like all the way down.
Your staff doesn't actually make physical contact is there is an arcane lock that is preventing you from opening this door or interfacing with the door directly.
Gotcha.
There's a magical barrier of sorts. Doesn't seem, it's not perceptible until it reacts. But a similar bluish hue that's protecting the door, as in the hands of the sensor, has that same sort of bluish purple glow.
Gotcha.
With the reading that Nodi is doing, was there anything about the statues in the notes, or just about the Dreadwoods?
There's like lots of musings about trying to solve the puzzle. It seems like the person is still trying to decode the cipher from the notes that are on the table.
While she's reading, she's going to be pacing. I mean, she already found one secret room. Maybe there's another. Upstairs. She was never upstairs. She goes upstairs.
Alright, I send you to the upstairs.
Yeah, in her pacing, she climbed the ladder. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
The red and the pink are lit up from the gemstones, and that is what you see. Otherwise, it's what you see.
The red and the pink ones. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna just keep reading. Let me know if she sees anything about the gems while everyone else is doing their things.
Lena wants to investigate the statue.
Okay.
That's here.
Make an
I'm gonna do.
investigation check. 19. The statue doesn't have a book on it, not embossed in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
The stand for it is also different. Cosmetically, it seems like the ones that you saw were in motion. This one is a different pose. It's not the same dance as the group down below. The quartet seemed to be of a different pose of the same figure, but this is a little more regal, standing sort of at attention. You notice that there are notches in the base of the statue. But this one has been exposed to wind and rain and eroded.
Mm-hmm.
You try to shift it slightly from side to side, but it's in a groove, and it doesn't seem like the statue moves. But you realize is that the statues are supposed to turn, potentially all the way around.
Okay.
But this one's locked in place. See, whatever mechanism that would help it to shift has given way to time, and it's found itself in some kind of slot or groove.
Okay. I need to look back at the riddles.
The first one was the wings one, right?
So technically,
The first one that we got was I arrive on wings of bird and cast the spell, and then there was one that was about the titles or something.
yeah, but with the symbols on the floor, I'm assuming they are numbers because that one, the HO one, was associated with 5.
Yeah.
And so that's probably the last. That's probably one of the last ones we have to interact with.
So
So
that
we have
one
to figure out
was
the numbers
this
for the
one.
other ones.
My name is spelled from west to east was from the Ho
Yes.
room.
What was the note that was like 5 is the answer or something?
It was just on one of the notes that Gutenberg ate.
Yeah, but what was it?
God, can I go back upstairs, please?
5
Yes.
is the right answer for something.
Where are you going?
Just the statue floor.
Statue floor.
Yeah,
There you
I'd
go.
also like
Yeah,
to
can you
return
pull me there too?
Yeah, Lena wants to go back there as well.
everybody back to this floor. Go, go, go.
'Cause I think this room.
This is 5. This one we think is 5.
So the note that you ate from Gutenberg was
Yeah.
on this table, which is
Yes.
trying to decipher, and said 5 was the right answer here. Lena, with your information of it
There is
moving,
5 statues.
Yeah.
You see that this one can be lifted and spun. You also
Okay.
notice that they're all that the statues that are on this floor are facing different directions. But that
Yes.
one that you're standing at now is actually facing the same way as the one above you.
Okay. So we gotta move these so that they're all
My name
facing
is
different
spelled from
directions.
west to east. My sisters in motion never face the same direction. So the sisters in motion are the ones below the one above because the one above doesn't move. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
supposed to move. But in that case, the ones below should never face the same direction, and they would probably start with it, whatever one is first from the west side, like from west, so like left, whatever way is west. I arrive on wings of a bird and cast of spell. And then I tell of newborn children and great catastrophe. Both children and catastrophe spelled that way because Lucier can't spell. I feel like we can safely decipher 2 with the west to east and the never facing the same direction. It's the other 2 that are more ambiguous.
So,
They arrive on
here's a
bird.
question.
Wait, which way do birds come? They fly from where?
They usually fly north to south.
So west to east, north to south.
But which one is?
Oh, never mind. I'm being stupid. Ignore me.
So this guy had my name is spelled from west to east. So maybe we have to start it from west to east. They can't face the same direction. Which one did the bird one come from? Was it this one down here?
The bird one was the one with the V
The
shape.
The
V-shape?
VX.
Yep.
VX.
The
birds.
tell of newborn children and great catastrophe was the spiral room, and then my sisters never face the same direction is the
Yes.
circle with line through
Yeah,
it.
we can. Okay, so that means so this one's probably west to east. This one here is probably north to south. A tale of newborn children and great catastrophe.
Would it be possible to line them up according to the steps of the dance? Because they're all in the same motion.
Yeah, but do we know which one would what the way of the dance is supposed to go? Like which one is which?
Starting from
Because five is this one apparently. So this one's probably the last one to move. But are we missing a statue? Because there's the one above.
Looks like we gotta get into that room downstairs.
I think this is the puzzle to get into that room
Yeah.
downstairs.
Okay.
Uh,
there's 5 statues, the one upstairs could count as the 5th.
Yeah, and then these are the
Yeah.
sisters in motion to not face the same direction. So if this one here, the real question is, okay, so the sisters are in motion. They start from west to east is what my assumption is. So whichever one is probably facing west.
Mhm.
And
the
then
next would be north, and then
north.
the next one would be east.
maybe south and then east, or what? My name is spelled from west to east. This is 5, because I feel like if west is the starting, east has to be the ending with that one. Like when you're reading, you're left to right. That's just my guess, though. Obviously. Oh, thank you for the clip art. That's beautiful. Appreciate you.
Of course.
I arrive on wings of bird and cast a spell. So, wings of bird probably north. My name is spelt from west to east. I tell of newborn children and great catastrophe. My sisters in motion never face the same direction. Newborn children. That's the one I don't understand. I tell of newborn children and great catastrophe. Has Gutenberg deciphered anything from that?
Is that please help me? I'm out of ideas.
I think it's we need to put it north, east, west, and then south.
I'd be down to try that.
North, east, west, and south.
News.
Yes, because news brings tales of children and great catastrophe.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
News arrives on wings of bird and cast of spell.
Lemon Dingo, you mad genius.
Also, positionally, if north is 1, then northeast would be 2, and east would be 3, southeast would be 4, and south would be 5. So south is this room.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
Wait, which room?
Yeah, the pings are delayed
Whole
because
room.
roll the whole room.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Room.
So the whole room is south. The
It's
Yeah.
never eat
okay.
wheats shredded.
Okay, sweet.
Never eat wheats shredded. Okay, but you know, Lem should be doing grunts for the whole thing, and she shouldn't. Oh, what?
Jingle's not here.
Jingle?
Okay,
It's like
fair.
Jingle? Yeah.
Sorry, it was just I realized it. I was just like, oh, I get it now.
No, but Lena casts comprehend language.
Does-
Wouldn't that make it so she could understand
Oh.
Jingle and or Boris? You're at
No,
this
'cause
moment in time?
That's tongues.
That's
You can only
tongues.
only
Written.
understand written text.
Yeah.
Wait,
Quinn had that
wait.
at some point, I think. Yeah, comprehend
Hold on.
languages is only written text.
Boris just scratches it
Oh.
into the floorboards with his tusk.
Yeah. Boris
I
knows
thought
what's
it
going
was-
on.
You just pick up the statue and start turning it. Like, I got this.
You're like, I got this.
Wait, no.
This
So
boy's
for the
smart.
duration, you can understand the literal meaning
Post
of
it.
any language that you hear or see
Ah.
signed. You also understand any written language that you
Ah.
see, but you must touch the surface on which those words are written.
Do you want
It
to
takes 1
post
minute.
it in chat?
Yeah.
It's a little bubbly. The boy
Yeah.
is smarter than all of us. Yeah. Lasts for an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if Boris speaks, I can understand him.
It's true.
Oh my god, this means that you would understand sign language too.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 for,
Well, she also knows sign language already. That's one of the languages she knows.
Lucia knows minor sign language. Enodia does not know anything. She doesn't even know her own
Nodia doesn't
sister-
even know her mother
Yeah,
tongue.
I was gonna say, Enodia doesn't even know her mother tongue.
Which is funny because Flurry definitely does.
Cool, we had a translator for the goblin crew
This whole time.
this whole time. Okay, well then what happens? What happens? What happens?
Turn the last statue into place. And there's silence. Going to check if anyone
On the crystals? I'll check on the crystals.
I'll check the downstairs
are-
door.
they are all alight, and the barrier on the door seems to be gone.
Alright. Lena's gonna go down to the first floor.
As we go down the stairs, do we get the same effect as going up the stairs? Because we've gone up and down a couple times.
Yeah, it shows you every time.
Does it hit you with lightning every time?
If you don't have the roach, yeah. But for prosperity's sake of, I'm going down the stairs, here, have the roach, you know.
And then you toss it back
Okay.
up. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Flurry just wanted to know the first time, and I'll protect you guys from the lightning the second and third and fourth and perpetually on.
Every time it yells at Enodia, she gets more and more irritated. Like, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
I can't believe people yell this frequently. The camp is usually, like, not this loud.
You should be able to move wherever you want to.
Oh.
But I will unveil the...
Oh no, it's not letting me.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are still bound by the...
Yeah.
The walls.
But I turned the
We're back-
lighting off.
I can see. No, it doesn't matter.
We're
I can
bound
see
by the
everything except
walls
for a
of
black
reality.
rectangle
except for here.
on one of the floors.
I also, I can't move.
And now can you move?
I don't know. My connection
Nope.
has been interrupted again.
Nope.
Huh.
You've placed
Oh.
walls. We have to abide by them, God.
Good. That's usually, like, the way that I want it to happen. Is phasing through walls and stuff is sometimes
Yeah.
bad.
Enodia was down here first, so she gets to open the door. What do I see? What do I see? What do I see? Glittering gold and books and stuff. Yeah? Can I eat them?
Yeah. You see shining light of a number of candles spark up, maybe for the first time in a century. The inner office and workings. This place has been preserved. Not a single dust or pest has been in this room, as it kind of it dawns on you. You're the first people that have stepped foot in this space.
Gutenberg
Since
knows
its
not to
master
take your
has
journal,
left.
Flurry.
That's not going to stop Flurry from checking.
Okay.
The table is completely covered in scraps of notes and diagrams, handwritten drawings and scribbled notes. Terrible beasts that are penned onto pages. The desk is covered in trinkets and in books and pages. There are jars of things preserved on the shelves and alchemical reagents, spellcraft requirements from ancient times, and specimens that look unusual or species that don't exist anymore.
Enodia has learned so much information in the last couple of hours that they've been exploring this tower, and she knows that the information that she has is going to give them such an advantage on pursuing the Dreadwoods. She walks over to Flurry and she's like, I found something upstairs in a secret bedroom. It explained a little bit of how the Dreadwoods came to be. It wasn't always like this. There's a tower in there. Something happened. And I pull out Gutenberg and flip to the page that's still being transcribed with some of the information. Here, take a look. And I turn it around. You cannot take it from my hands, though.
I'll read whatever there is to read.
Basically just says that he came here to help another wizard, something about an elven kingdom and a tear in reality or something like that, I think it was. And the tower is in where the Greenwoods is, and you're, and then I pull out, the map, the old map, and you would recognize the Dreadwoods. It's smaller than it is now, but you would recognize the area, especially having been in there so many times.
Of course.
With a different name attached to it on the map. And a whole civilization, a hidden civilization that was in there. Deep, deep, deep within the woods. With the tower.
With my current knowledge of the Dreadwoods, is there any landmarks that I would know of, say the memory fields being in an area that correlates to anything on this map? Does it
Have you ever been on a mission to the Pine Bark Estates?
Yeah.
I would point to where the edge of the forest is. The edge of the forest, you can see a small little cluster of buildings of where the Pine Bark Estate is, which has now been long buried within the woods.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the tower's not at the heart, but it's definitely in the deep. It is the next layer of bad, which you've kind of seen the edge of, but that's not really somewhere you want to go by yourself.
Yeah. Flurry is honestly not going to get that much out of this exchange. None of it's really that surprising. The mention of Pine Bark is just going to further stress Flurry out, and I'm so close to losing it. I'm so close to losing it.
I don't trust anybody in that town with this information.
Yeah, don't.
They could take
spread
this the wrong.
around.
They could take the information the wrong way and put themselves in danger. But I need to give them something from this expedition. So we need to scour this room to find something fascinating enough to keep them at bay. At least for now.
Flurry will nod.
I don't know why, but you're one of the few people Enodia actually trusts fully, because let's be real, you're the only one that she's known for longer than 3 days.
It's true. And yeah, it's probably obvious that Flurry doesn't really even trust you, but you know.
Yeah.
At least I'm aware of you.
In this room of mysteries, strange objects, and potential plunder. Lena, you see one feature that stands out among the rest. Something that has motion, I think, would draw your eye the closest.
Is it the table again?
No, but it's actually where you were standing. On the
Oh.
shelf there is this, it looks like almost a jar, but it's some sealed capsule filled with water that's bubbling up. With it bubbling, there is a disc that's kind of floating and juddering inside of this sealed capsule. It's dark, sort of greenish bluish, that seems to have a spiral that leads to the center of darkness. And it has this motion in it that almost kind of draws you forward, feeling like it could bring you into it. But it's perpetually floating in this half-filled capsule, just kind of sputtering and bubbling around, turning in its space. It's almost spherical, but it's a little flat on some sides, but it's always facing you almost as it bounces through here.
I'm gonna do the vibe check on it. Come on.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh!
It is
Yeah, the first one. It lagged for me.
a 4.
Yeah.
It is enthralling as much as it is interesting. You feel the connection with it sort of immediately, and there's something about it that draws you towards it. And reaching out.
Sorry, just to help out there for a second. I did cast guidance on Lena before we entered, and I don't think
I've used it.
I don't think she's used it, and I haven't casted anything that required the concentration to break, I don't think.
It only lasts a minute.
Really? But it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that.
It does.
Where? It says you touch a willing creature and choose a skill until the spell ends. The creature
It's in
adds...
that duration.
I don't see it. Oh, right there. It's super tiny. Ugh. Teeny tiny font is rude.
Okay, so I'm good with sticking with the 4.
Yep.
It'll lead to some shenanigans.
You reach out to interface with this strange device, and you can see it bouncing and swirling in there, and in the dark, a single split opens, like an eye observing you, and a choice rings through your mind. Do you come or do you go? And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Lena's about to be whisked away somewhere.
What do I remember about the Pine Barks?
Did Quinn ever tell you what happened to Varric that she saw? The unfortunate babysitter?
I don't even remember if I was there.
It's when we were looking for you guys. You had gone off with Aftari, Scoot,
you went to
oh, right.
and Amit, and I had gone with Rocky and.
But the thing is, Quinn was kind of shitty and didn't tell anybody.
Oh, I did it. Okay. Well, it was traumatizing. There was like roots coming out of his eyes. He was like consumed by the forest. It was a lot. Yeah, I don't think she ever told anybody about that. Varric is hella dead, but also not fully dead. He's in the forest somewhere, causing mayhem and murder. Quinn had a full-on breakdown.
Do I know about that at all?
Full-on breakdown and was like...
Give me a history check. I'm gonna say DC on this.
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8? Nah. There's some reports of like, you know, there's an estate somewhere and it's hella haunted, but that's about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. And then like outside of this D&D, there was the birthday D&D that we did with me, Vakor, Lemon, and was it Lenoki?
Yeah.
Where it was like a hella flashback. I have a clip of it somewhere, and I know I have the VOD somewhere that I haven't uploaded that I might be able to. But it's like from a couple years back now about stuff that pertains to Varric Pinebark's family. Yep, I'm still haunting the forest, baby, from the Noki. Oh gosh. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Flurry. Flurry's having all of these ghosts pop up, and Enodia has no idea.
Not a clue. But she's pushing the buttons anyway.
Like stomping on them.
Yeah. It's very clumsily done too. Because why wouldn't it be?
I mean, you don't know the buttons are there. You're just stomping.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for playing.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. I'm sorry that we didn't find any cool
you for
trinkets and
hosting.
magic stuff for you this time.
Oh, and there's a whole room of it.
Whole room of it. You take your pick. Find something that'll
Forest
entertain
is
the
rest.
masses. All right. I set you guys free. Have a good rest of your day. And let's go ahead and find out what's going on. Who are we raiding? I mean, I know who I want to raid, considering it's
Hustler's
somebody's birthday. But are they still alive?
Looks like it, yeah.
Hell yeah, perfect. Done and done. Done and dusted. We're gonna raid Hustler. Make sure you guys say happy birthday along with your raid messages. Raid messages that are there. Yep. Oh,
Okay.
it's like going. I might it's like going.
Bye bye.
Oh, okay, perfect. That was just the countdown. All right, grab yourselves a raid message. Make sure you say happy birthday to Hustler. We'll see you on over there. I will not be back tomorrow here, but you can catch me over on Lemon Dingo's channel, for a vintage story tomorrow. It's always a hesitant. I never know if that's actually true, and Lemon's gone for the day, so I guess we'll find out tomorrow if you see me on over there. You guys have a great rest of your day, and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye now. Don't forget happy birthday. It's a birthday. Happy birthday, right? Yeah, do it. Do it.
Hey, thanks for the raid. Happy birthday to Hustler. Yeah, hey, it's my birthday. Thanks for